624-COWS. DexterLivestockCommission.com.
There's dollar day prices all week long at Bob's Ridgeway. Fryer breast, just $1 a pound. Jumbo Haas avocados, $1 each. Hot House bell peppers, $1 each. Get Yoplait yogurts, $1 each. Quality Farm Fries, big 20-ounce pack, just $1. Get Food Club cereals, the big 32-ounce, just $4. Food Club pastries, 12-pack count, only $1.50. And get Food Club macaroni and cheese dinners, 3 for $1. And that's just a few of over 150 dollar day specials all this week at Bob's Ridgeway, where the highest quality, the best value, the best service, and dollar day prices all week long. 906 West Avenue D in Lovington. It's Bob's Ridgeway.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
Good morning. In the southeast plains of New Mexico, some humidity is beginning to push into areas like Hobbs and Carlsbad and even Roswell. And an upper level disturbance will help produce scattered showers and thunderstorms with Hobbs loving temperatures. Our studio at 82 degrees for this Tuesday and 88 degrees in Carlsbad with a chance for thunderstorms. Chance for thunderstorms in Roswell. High temperature today near 85. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Alberts.
Your country plays on W105.
The Breakfast Club powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet. Online at carlsbadchevrolet.com. Text line at 877-396-W105. Brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Online at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
Hello and welcome!
Today is National Brother and Sister Day.
It is National Siblings Day.
You're my brother.
You're my brother.
You're my sister.
Are you siblings?
My siblings. I have siblings. We're siblings.
We're the siblings. Celebrate Sibling Day.
One big happy family.
One big happy family.
You can make a whole day of it.
It's showtime.
Hey, good morning to you. 7 minutes after 6 o'clock, we're back on the air. Today is Baby Day, Brothers and Sisters Day, International Security Awareness Day, National Concert Day, National Fire Day, National Life Insurance Day, Pillow Day. And world's best pillow that I've ever used in my entire life has to be My Pillow. And I'm just not saying that because that guy is a conservative. Great pillow. Tommy ought to buy you one. They're about $100.
Yeah, where can I order one?
MyPillow.com. How about that? Amazing how that works. And 2023, it's amazing how this whole marketing idea works. My God, I'm totally surprised where you could get that from. I got great news.
Yeah.
AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, her spokesperson, Lauren Hilt, told Politico that New York State representative is not running on on a Senate run.
Really?
Yeah, which is kind of incredibly rare because New Yorkers never get great news. By the way, she plans to run for Senate in 2024. Instead, she plans to get her master's degree at the Electoral College. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Electoral College, but it's an awesome college. I mean, it is an awesome college. And that's what she's going to do for 4 years. And then she'll come back and run for Senate in 6. Jack Dorsey, CEO of Twitter, co-founder, former CEO, says it all went south on social media. And after Elon Musk purchased it. Yeah, Dorsey. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, it wasn't south before. When you were hindering people's First Amendment rights, it wasn't south then. What exactly has Elon done except opened up the pipeline that goes both ways? Isn't that awesome?
Oh, but he screwed up all of social media, even though he just did Twitter.
Yeah, all of it. He screwed it all up. Elon Musk is to blame for everything. So, Tom is in charge of the text line. His number 877-396-W105. Tom A. in charge.
Still waiting on some few texts to come through me.
I'm doubting it. But okay, we'll go with that story.
Oh, here's one for you right quick. Every day is B in the Breakfast Club Day, says the texter this morning.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. Super Mario Brothers, the movie, came out first of the year to cross the $1 billion threshold.
Oh.
$1 billion. By the way, no big movies since really COVID. Will, correct me if I'm wrong. Have we had a $1 billion movie since COVID? I can't
honestly,
think of one.
I mean, Avatar, maybe? The
Maybe.
Avatar sequel?
Yeah, maybe. So, and Tom, this guy passed away. I'm going to let you name him.
Yeah, I saw that.
I can see her lying back in her satin dress in a room where you do what you don't confess. Sundown, you better take care.
So, name the artist that passed away at 84.
It is Gordon.
I'll throw this water bottle at you.
Golly, well, I just saw it.
And by the way, the dude is searching for the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yes.
I mean, he really is.
Gordon
And
Lightfoot.
okay, Ross, go ahead. I'll let you do a save.
Oh, I'm just going to throw this water bottle at him. Gordon Lightfoot.
Yes.
Right. I mean,
And
the
Tom, was
sun
Gordon
has went
Lightfoot
down.
Yeah, was he an American or some other
I
nationality?
think he was English, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was Canadian.
What's in the neighborhood?
New study shows half of vinyl buyers in the U.S. don't have a record player to pay. There are people that just collect vinyl. It's just something they do. They collect. It's a cool thing to do. They collect vinyl. And President Biden hosted a small business owners yesterday at the White House. Also had the Philippine president, Mr. Boom Boom Marcos, at the White House also, but the small business. And he went on to tell us about all the jobs he created. It was a bunch. I'm just saying it was a lot. All right, we got the tweet of the day coming up. Keep you updated. Terrible crash happened in Illinois on the interstate. 72 vehicles involved.
Oh, my.
At least 6 dead and 30 injured. And this horrific accident that happened yesterday. Illinois State Police is investigating. It happened on Interstate 55. And when that thing is busy, it is nuts. So 72 vehicles involved in that pileup. 612 looks like Lee County Sheriff's Department. Deputies are responded to Burgess Street and Burgess Street, and reported a call of shot fires. While responding, deputies were informed that there was a person that was injured. Upon arrival, deputies located the unidentified male outside the residence, and he had suffered significant trauma. And Hobbs EMS transported them, and he is deceased. Anybody know about this? Hobbs PD and the Sheriff's Department is looking for more information on that. And yesterday, the big trial in Lovington. Right after the trial, Judge Shoebridge retired, 15 years on the bench, and she got
maximum.
She got what, 16 years?
Well,
16 years.
Yeah, sentenced to 18 years, but because of time served on house arrest,
that would be one.
Yeah, so she
would be one.
And a little bit more for something else. Anyway, she's going to have to serve 16 years of that sentence.
I will be surprised, Tom, if she does 16 years. Because you know how it works, good time, bad time,
right.
Whatever time. By the time you say it done, she's in there 10 years and she walks.
Well, she's actually have to serve 85% of that sentence, so she could be out by 2035 if with good behavior and everything else there in prison. But she was convicted of child abuse on her 1-year-old baby. Oh, he was an infant back then, but she got the maximum B, and I think everybody was pretty happy with
This is
that.
the first I hear about this story. Are you kidding me?
Well, just a follow up. Some people may not
have no
known.
idea. He's never.
I
we
had
didn't
no
cover
damn
this.
idea what the story was about.
Yeah, we've never talked about the baby in the dumpster ever.
99.9% of the people in Southeast New Mexico and West Texas, they had no idea what story I was talking about.
But then there's
I'm
that
just saying
1%.
they had no idea. But thanks for the update on that. Looks like teachers in Texas could be paid $25,000 for a multi-test They will be armed guards at the school under a brand new proposal. Idea was laid out in a new bill being considered by lawmakers that would have written a response to the Delhi shooting in Uvalde. House Bill 13, if you want to read about it, House Bill 13. Now, the Democrats in Texas are going crazy that we're going to put guns around kids. I hate to tell you. You know, there are guns all over the place. I mean, every time the police show up at school, guess what? They have guns. I kind of like when the police use the guns, too, in case of, you know, a situation like Uvalde. But that's just me.
Oh, let's just see. I don't know. A trained professional with a firearm who can protect our children. Yeah, I do totally have so many problems.
Yeah, I mean, I got a brother that, you know, I don't want my kids around guns every day. But you'll have them around human feces and needles in San Francisco. Oh, that's not around our house. BS. I'm calling BS.
So your gun-free zone is very inviting for a psycho with a gun.
No doubt. And I think we've learned that. And by the way, this individual in Houston that killed those, I think it's 5 people now, had been deported 5 damn times, committed crimes, and was deported 5 damn times. How many times do we have to hear this story before we go, okay, let's chip them? Everybody gets chipped. Any illegal aliens that we deport get chipped. Everybody gets chipped. I know there were people, oh, it's a mark of the beast, it's this or that. You know, either that or put up the electrified fence. I'll take either. I'll take it either. You know, I see people wearing ankle monitors all the time. What do you think's in the ankle monitor? Could it be a chip? When you go to the store and they scan your groceries at that barcode, what is that? Oh, I think that could be a chip.
Chip.
Yeah. No. I mean, people can read the Bible and read things into it, but I'm sick and tired of this happening. Look, those that want to come over here and get a better life, that's a total different story. That's a total different story. But these POSs that come here to take advantage of the system and do harm to American citizens, I ain't got time for them at all. And at this point in time, nobody is being deported for being a good suitor to America. I'm just saying nobody is being deported. It's not like they're going breaking the people's houses and hauling people away unless they have a conviction. Pretty easy. Follow the law. By the way, you are a guest in this country. Pretty easy. All right, check of the weather this morning. We got some crazy weather in the forecast. Being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill. Roadrunner Grill, they are serving breakfast up right now. Get in there and check them out. And if you want them to cater your next big event, or maybe prepare a bunch of meals for everybody in the office, give them a call, 575-748-3324. Will, anything going on at Roadrunner Grill?
Well, of course, they had their big surf and turf buffet last week, but no, at the moment, just back to the normal menu, Mexican-American cuisine. If there's anything specific, of course, they'll cater for you, and they do daily specials, but if anything new pops up, we'll make sure and let you know.
Awesome. Weather for the day, scattered showers, thunderstorms, mainly after 3 o'clock this afternoon. 40% chance of rain, 15-mile-an-hour winds from the southeast. High today warming up to 83. 50% chance of rain tonight. Should get down to about 55 coming up for tonight. And then tomorrow we've got mostly sunny skies, but scattered showers and about 30% chance of rain. That rain hanging around until tomorrow night, and then the sun should be back Thursday and Friday. Check of the weather being brought to you by H&H Field Service, New Mexico's Delaware and Permian Basins, Poly Pipeline Construction, located in Jow. Get in touch with our buddy Colin today. They've got the fast fusion pipeline machines. Squeeze tools up to 16 inches. If you're on location right now and you need the Fast Fusion machine, give them a call. They do subcontractor services and, of course, facility and pipeline construction. Colin, give them a call, 432-269-6027, HNHFS.com. Tweet of the day up next, and it looks like Coke is learning their lesson. Yeah, they've learned from Budweiser, which is a good thing. We'll get to that next, Tom.
All right, B, we have a wreck to report this morning. There's a wreck at 31 and 285, about 3 miles north of Loving, that according to a text. Again, a wreck at 31 and 285, about 3 miles north of Loving. I just texted Matt Hutchinson with the Eddy County Sheriff's Office. Hopefully he'll give us more of a detail on that accident. Being brought to you by
Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. I just hit the inhaler. Thank you for that, buddy.
And New Mexico.
Let's finish this sponsor brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm. If you're looking for a leading accident attorney, you need to call Luke Ragsdale, 600 North Pennsylvania, 208-5300, 208-5300. Luke Ragsdale brings you this traffic report. Thank you.
Hey, it looks like I just hit the chronic or something. I was breathless. All right, text line. What else, Tom?
Oscar in Lovington says, New Mexico system is a joke, he says. And morning guys are well and be naked, says the nudist this morning. I guess they are.
Will I make it?
Well,
I think I'm going to make it.
Well, beat could be from the waist down, and you never know about me because you can't see me at all.
I started to say there's a reason why we don't put Will on camera.
So. By the way, I got the Trump T-shirt, and you're right, no waist-down pictures. I have no underwear on.
And Jerem saying, good. Hey, glad to have you back, B, and keep up the
Thank
great
you.
work, guys. And another Shorty from Lovington is asking, good morning, gentlemen. B, how you feeling, brother?
I'm better. I got a massage today, and the lady probably went a little too hard on the ribs, and I think she moved something around, and so it's worse than it was, but it
is what it is.
I discovered all the way from my shoulder all the way to my elbow, it's like one big funny bone now.
Wow.
So I got something pinched or something.
Right.
But I won't worry about that until I get back home.
Okay.
So that's the plan. All right, tweet. Go ahead. Go.
One more text. It would be nice to chip them, says the text, but once we do that, the government will push to chip everyone else.
No,
not worth it.
Just lawbreakers. These are lawbreakers. I mean, you don't want to put an ankle monitor around them; they cut it off.
Right.
Didn't Tom Cruise do a movie about that? Something like Majority Report or something? Anyway,
I say put a explosive device on it. They tried digging it up. There's been a movie about that. Oh, wow. I have seen that movie.
I don't remember.
And people go, well, that's coal. Well, number one, they're criminals.
Right.
And number two, it would only happen once. Can you imagine the way word would spread? It only happened once. Somebody would be like, dumbass, he shouldn't have dug it out. Okay, there we go. All right, tweet of the day. This morning being brought to you by Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Get in touch with our buddy Jamal. Good guy. He's always got stuff going on at the Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Next race coming up Friday, May 5th. And gates open at 6. Races start at 7 on Friday. And it's a prep track. So find out more information today. Hobbs Airfield Speedway. And then coming up, Limpy is going to be back. He's going to be taking care of business. So TNT Grudge Races, that's going to be going on May 12th and 13th with Limpy back on that Saturday. Need more information, go to the Hobbs Airfield Speedway. They're on Facebook. They're on Twitter. And they are on Instagram. Oh, I left out TikTok. So yesterday I talked about the kid from Massachusetts that actually got suspended for wearing a T-shirt that said there are two genders. And I went into great detail about, when you start canceling other people's rights to protect some people's rights, then, yeah, but I just got to say, this 14-year-old kid said it probably better than I could ever say it. So here's what he had to say as he went to the school board meeting and did the right thing.
I was told that people were complaining about the words on my shirt, that my shirt was making some students feel unsafe. Yes, words on a shirt made people feel unsafe. They told me that I wasn't in trouble, but it sure felt like I was. I was told that I would need to remove my shirt before I could return to class. When I nicely told them that I didn't want to do that, they called my father. Thankfully, my dad supported my decisions and came to pick me up. What did my shirt say? 5 simple words. There are only 2 genders. Nothing harmful, nothing threatening, just a statement I believe to be a fact. I have been told that my shirt was targeting a protected class. Who is this protected class? Are their feelings more important than my rights? I don't complain when I see pride flags and diversity posters hung throughout the school. Do you know why? Because others have a right to their beliefs just as I do. Not one person, staff, or student told me that they were bothered by what I was wearing. Actually, just the opposite. Several kids told me that they supported my actions and that they wanted one too.
See, this is the problem when you start taking other people's rights away and trying to prop other people up. It's wrong. It's crazy. So he is just as important as every other kid. And thank God he's as smart as he is. Tom, did you hear this kid? He laid it out. He laid out the argument.
I'd hire him if I needed a lawyer.
He's not a lawyer, Tom.
I said if he was.
He's not a lawyer. I mean, I don't know where you get that from. I'd hire him if he was a lawyer.
Yep.
That would be called impersonating a lawyer last time I checked. Now you're trying to get the kid in trouble. What the hell?
I mean, he went in there and told it the way it was, man.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he's a lawyer.
I said if he was. I mean, just hypothetical. Hello, anybody?
I mean, dude, if I was a lawyer, you know what? I'd be a criminal lawyer. I mean, a personal injury lawyer, because they make the most money. But I'm not a lawyer, so
I think Tom meant if this kid grows up to be a lawyer, I'll hire him.
Right.
There you go. That's how you.
There you go. He'll hire him against waste management because it will still be that time by the time he graduates law school before he actually does something.
Exactly. He can fight your case over the dumpster. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Coca-Cola shareholders recently voted against a proposal to conduct a survey into how state laws restrict abortion, and it could impact the company's business. How, if somebody could get an abortion or not get an abortion, will impact Coca-Cola. By the way, the board of directors said we don't want to go there. Smart decision from you guys. Actually, you know what? As a business, sometimes you need to walk away from your personal feelings. And look out
what does an abortion have to do with selling Coke?
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly. So stay the hell out of that arena.
Yeah, no doubt. Looks like we got another tracking balloon. U.S. government tracking another unmanned balloon, this time around Hawaii. 36,000 feet up. Don't know who it belongs to, but my money is actually on China. I don't know about you guys. My money is actually on China. I could be wrong. And the U.S. government says that the balloon is way up there, and there's no way that they can be sending information back. Didn't we hear this already? Serious. Didn't they say this? I think they did. I could be mistaken, though. All right, thought for the day this morning being brought to you by Wakefield Oil, 35-plus years in southeast New Mexico. Dependable, excellent service, boom or bust, they're there for you. Interstate batteries, unleaded gas, DEF, whatever you need, they got you covered. Go to the website, wakefieldOil.com. Thought for the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. Thought for the day this morning is Biden's campaign theme for 2024. Tom, you have any idea what it is?
No.
I'm glad you're such a news guy. How many hours a day do you actually watch the news?
I'll in the morning. I'll watch it in the morning.
Biden's campaign theme. It's not my fault.
The soul of America, I believe.
No, it's not. It's not. Will you have any idea?
Was it? What wasn't it? Keep America Great or something like that, or something?
No, let me finish the job.
Oh, let me finish the job.
Oh,
which actually sounds like a threat to me. I'm just saying that sounds like a threat. It's the thought for the day this morning. Text line, price of oil coming up next. Our number 877-396-W105.
And I agree with the two genders, but just like Pluto and Goofy, what gender does a Hermo? I don't know how to pronounce that. Fall into.
Did you actually say the word Pluto, or did you say something else? Because it sure sounded like you
Pluto.
said the Mexican word.
Pluto.
Yeah.
What the hell is a Puto? Is that a guy that
thought he
runs
said.
around on his
No,
bike?
I said Pluto and Goofy.
No, that is not what you said. You did not say Pluto.
I did.
Pluto.
No,
that's not what you said.
No, that's a nasty
You
word.
damn sure did. You damn sure did.
Damn sure
And
did.
the other word you were fighting with was hermaphrodite.
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 Or hermaphrodite. Well, he put
It says
morphodite.
hermaphrodite, but it's supposed to be
education.
hermaphrodite.
Yeah.
College
Pluto
education.
and Goofy. And just asking for a friend, says one of the texters.
And who is Pluto and Goofy? Do you know, Tom?
Well, they're the Disney characters. Last time I checked.
Yeah. Pluto and Goofy could be the name of this show. But
That's
anyway.
a whole other type of show. That's like a Disney alternative.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
man.
that would be Puto and Juicy.
I said Pluto. I said Pluto.
Juicy.
What does that word mean anyway?
You did not say Pluto. There was no L because it caught me and I was like,
Is that a bad word, by the way?
Okay.
Yeah.
It is?
like you
Either
don't
way.
know. Look, I know at least you know the bad words, so don't even go there.
No doubt.
I don't.
All right, we're going to talk about a man that's been charged of murder. We'll tell you he wants to get out. And the taking out trash coming up. Russ, I'm going to let you do taking out things that happen on this date. So stand by for that. Price Oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers. Currently hiring. They have training programs. If you ever supervised a frac crew, they are looking for you. They want to hire you to become a cementing supervisor with the SSIT program. And if you ever run a blender in the patch, Spinnaker can teach you to become a cementing equipment operator. Must have a Class A CDL, willing to work a lot of hours. If you need more information, they are an equal opportunity employer, drug-free employer. Housing is available. Text Oilfield to 63566 or just go to greatoilfieldjobs.com.
West Texas Intermediate checks in at $75.47, $79.17 for Brent crude, and $2.28 for natural gas. B.
Thank you so much, Tom. We've got crazy weather all day today. 40% chance of rain, most of that this afternoon, and high temperature 83. They're saying after 3 o'clock this afternoon, we should have some rain. Scattered showers tonight down to about 55, and then 82 tomorrow. Should be mostly sunny in the morning, cloudy in the afternoon. By Thursday, though, things are much, much better. Check of the weather being brought to you by Camp of the Tall Pines, beautiful Mayhill, New Mexico. Find out more information about what's going on. You know, as summer quickly approaches, there is going to be a lot of things going on at Camp of the Tall Pines. You ought to start planning maybe a weekend getaway, long weekend, or maybe a week up there. They've got, of course, disc golf. They've got fishing pond, lots of things for the kiddos to do. 575-687-4101, or just go to camptallpines.com for more information. Tom on the text. We're going to do taking out the trash, and we'll take a break.
You know, my son is now 36, but when he was 5, I took him to my hair salon with me. Now, there was a trans there talking to the staff, and my son looked up at me, astonished, and he said, "Mama, that woman is a man." Huh. You know, boys can wear dresses to school and go to a women's bathroom, says the texter, but a kid can't wear a shirt that states the fact, says the text.
We are completely upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it might offend someone. And, you know, but here's the thing. We don't care about offending white people, offending Christians, or offending people who are normal male or female gender. Because I hate the word cis. That whole making people call themselves cis, It really ticks me off. Sounds like sissy. Anyway,
But when are women going to stand up?
Whoa.
That's what I'm
When are women going to stand up?
What about just regular people? Well, I mean, when are we going to stop? When are we going to stop letting all of the focus be put on? I think it was 2% of the population.
Less, 1.5%.
Yeah.
And I had a guy who's 74 years old. I should have played it, but this transgender goes into a store, and she was like, "You have to call me ma'am," and he said, "I don't have to call you a damn thing." And he went off. He said, "I'm 74 years old. You're not fooling anybody. You look like a man. You look like a man. You're not fooling anybody. And you're an ugly man." To me, if somebody does that at my store, and I mean, I'm in somebody's store, I'm just leaving. I'm not going to take the abuse. I'll probably give some pardon shots, but, I'm leaving. Oh, no. She tried to make this man change his mind. He goes, "I'm not changing my mind. I'm 74 years old. I'm too old to change. I'm not going to change. Why would I change?" Crazy. Joe Biden. Now, using the word boy is still not appropriate, right? Boy.
Depends how you
right,
use
boy?
it.
Hush up, boy. No. Now I know you're Democrat. If that would have been Donald Trump that told somebody of color to hush up, boy, it would have been that he is a racist. This is how I know you're a Democrat.
The world would melt.
Oh, I'm telling you. So here's Biden telling a reporter, "Hush up, boy."
Hey, Judge, how are you? I don't know why you wanted the job, man. I appoint all those federal judges, but, thank you for serving. I'm not kidding. You want to come and make a speech? Hush up, boy.
And the way he said it is the exact way that the slave masters used to say it. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. Where are you liberals? You ought to be offended. And then he pisses off the Muslims. Now, Tom, what is the holy book that they read?
The starts with a K.
K.
The Corona.
The Corona. Yeah, it's definitely the Corona. So this is what tells me your cognitive ability and Joe Biden's are about the same. Here's what Joe had to say.
The quorum teaches that one of his highest signs is the creation of heavens and earth.
The what? The what?
The quorum?
That's what he said.
The quorum.
I'm sure
what
he meant
exactly is
Quran.
a quorum? What exactly is a quorum, Tom?
I don't know.
You don't know what a quorum is?
No. Well,
how many meetings have you?
Well, if it's a meeting, if you're in a meeting and you have a quorum, you can vote on issues. If you don't have a quorum, you can't.
And then he starts talking about he's kissing the ass of Muslims. And he had to go back all the way to We Cheer for Muslim Athletes. He had to go all the way back to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. How many years has it been since Kareem played?
It's been 25 years since he last played.
At least.
Yep. And to cheer for we cheer for Muslim athletes like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I know him, and I did mispronounce his name.
Damn, boy. Shut up, boy. Hush up. Yeah. And so yesterday, the president of the Philippines is at the White House, and reporters start answering questions. Joe will not answer. Here's the first one.
President, what is your message to China?
They got in that building as quick as possible. He was ushered in. They were like, "We don't want him to say a damn word about China. Hell no. You get up in there, boy. Get up in there." Yesterday, Hunter Biden goes to Arkansas. Did you know Hunter Biden's living in the White House?
No, I didn't know that.
That was announced in court yesterday.
Wow. What's he doing there?
How old is Hunter Biden?
At least 45.
Had to move in with mom and dad. The more I got thinking about this, you know why he moved in with mom and dad? It's kind of hard to serve him a subpoena inside those gates. Just my thought. But living in the White House, living with mom and dad, and you're making all this money off your art? Didn't want the kid to have his name and doesn't want to pay child support. I hate to tell you, but your DNA and your father is no better than you. The president of the United States is no better than you. We're disavowing this kid, not owning up to the responsibility. I'm going to be honest. If one of my kids had a baby and would not take care of that baby, I would disown my kid. Because that baby ain't did nothing wrong to you. Pretty sad. All right, we got Taking Out Trash coming up in a second. Got a lot of stories to get to. Our number 877-396-W105. Hit it.
Only time I call someone sissy, says the texter, is to my 4 sisters, and they don't take offense, and they're Texans, says the text.
Well, look, if they're your sisters, especially on National Siblings Day, I say sis too for my sister, but I don't like being called a cis man, and I haven't met any women that like being called a cis woman.
Okay, what the hell does that mean?
I
really don't know.
Who is biologically male or female, who identifies in the way that that mainstream thinks that we should. So that's according to that's the transgender reason, but the whole thing is just stupid.
It's time for us to tell mainstream that crap ain't mainstream.
Look, you're a man.
I will say it again.
Woman. Period.
I respect everybody. Last night I went for my walk after I got off the air.
Yeah.
You know who I turned to? You know who I ran into? They were at my wife's dance practice. 2 transgender guys. I'm nice. I'm respectful. I'm not talking crap to them. But at the same time, don't expect me to live your lie. I will not call you ma'am, and I will not call you she, and I call you he. Because, number one, you still have a dangling thing.
Right.
I mean, look, we don't need to be mean to get our point across.
Well, I get a problem when I'm at the pizza place and my wife has to use the bathroom. And
that's a whole different deal.
And she leaves the bathroom right after she comes out of the bathroom. I see a guy walk out in pumps and a mustache. That's
a total different deal. And see, in the Philippines, it's a little different because if I want to walk outside and pee on the side of the street, I'll walk outside and pee on the side of the street. Nobody says a damn word. If we're driving and I need a pee, I stop like I'm in the middle of the country and pee on the side of the road. Nobody says anything because they're not, the body is not, they don't look at stuff like that in shame. So Tom, if you want to pee off the porch, you can do it. I haven't done it yet, but I'm hoping to do it one day. All right, we're going to take a break. I got the Taking Out Trash coming up next. Anything that you want to get to before I go?
Yeah, this one takes us, preach it, B. Preach it. Tell it like it is, brother. And let's look back, says the texter. The Bidens in the 1800s, they were slave owners, says the text.
Well, you put them and Kamala Harris together, and they were both slave owners.
And one more, B, is from Buddy. I went into a woman's restroom, and it was full of men. LMA. Oh,
I'm just wondering what the hell you were doing, Republicans, of course. All we have is a blame game. And Taking Out Trash, a pastor takes legal action against county commissioners. They want to block the National Day of Prayer. I guarantee if you said the national problem. So we'll get to that coming up in a second. News being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. 1,000 handguns in stock at any time. The largest dealer in southeast New Mexico. Handgun rifles, shotguns, ammo, cleaning supplies. They can tune up your bow. And if you ever wanted to trade in an old gun to get a better gun, they got you covered. Stop in and check them out. They're in Roswell, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Closed on Saturday, open on Sunday. 644, be on the Breakfast Club. We're coming, Taking Out Trash up next. First, we're going to take a break. Be on the Breakfast Club, W105.
Fox News
News. I'm Gianna Gelosi. The stars were out for last night's Met Gala, but today Hollywood writers are on strike, saying they're working more for less in the streaming era.
They want better compensation and residual payments that reward writers when the show's a hit.
That's Fox's Michelle Polino, impacted immediately. Late shows and SNL, soap operas, daytime talk shows. President Biden is going to meet with congressional leaders on the debt ceiling next week. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen wrote a letter Monday to House Speaker Kevin McCarthy saying the U.S. could default on its debt as early as June 1st if a deal isn't reached. House Majority Leader Steve Scalise.
Now the pressure is on President Biden to come out of hiding and actually do his job.
The Republican appearing on Fox's The Story. The Fed, meanwhile, kicking off a 2-day meeting with another interest rate hike possible. America's listening to Fox News.
You know what makes me so mad? I just bought hot wire Chevy Impala, drive that sucker to Mexico, trade it for a burro, a sombrero, a case of tequila, a shotgun, and 2 chiclets. And I'd be the richest man in whatever godforsaken hellhole I was in and get elected mayor and put my face on funny monopoly money they use down there. But I digress. The other day I took EJ and Pearl to eat, and we went to that real good Mexican restaurant in the strip mall out by the highway. Now, I told EJ that the reason this place is so good is because all them people working there is actually Mexican. And they know how to make that food, and they know if they don't refill your tea when you want it, they could be sent back to a southbound donkey. See, in our half of the globe, in the north, we got Canada, in America, greatest nation on the planet, and then Mexico, and then whatever country that Panama Canal is in, and then South America, which is like our version of Africa. They got big jungle cats, ginormous man-eating snakes running through downtown. Everybody's poor as dirt and naked. The only difference is they speak Mexican in South America, and the women are all beautiful hard-body underwear models. The men, they wear coconut jock straps. And when I say that, automatically I get people yelling, "You're wrong, Earl. You ought to study up on our neighbors to the south." Well, let me ask you this. Do them people know the difference between Alabama and Auburn? I highly doubt it. So I don't really care if you're from Squatamala or Squatchamala. You're all kind of Mexican to me, and that means get a job, learn English, pay your taxes, don't break no laws, and while you're at it, bet you some more of them chips and salsa and a few more napkins. Now, just between you and me, I like Mexicans. I think they're smart, and they work hard, and they do wonderful with melted cheese. And their beer posters are fantastic. Hell, I never knew you could fry beans once, much less refry them. Wake up! Orica! You ask any farmer from California to Georgia, would you like to have Mexicans in this country? You know what they're going to say? Would you like to have fruits and vegetables? I am Earl Pitts, American ambassador to the world. Pizza.
Take the short drive to the Cool Pines of Ruidoso and shop Sierra Blanca Motors inventory reduction sale. The 2020 are on their way, and they've got to make room. Choose a 2022 Gladiator, Mojave, or Rubicon and pay an incredible $2,500 under invoice. Browse their inventory of Chevy, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram at SierraBlanca.com. Use your new or used truck, SUV, 4x4, or luxury vehicle today. Sierra Blanca Motors. They make it simple with no addendums or markups.
For a working man, protection on the job is always first priority. But when it comes to clothes, safety shouldn't compromise style and comfort. And thanks to Wrangler flame-resistant apparel, it doesn't have to. Now the same Wrangler style and comfort you love comes with the protection you need. And with a product guarantee for the life of the garment, they'll take the heat off of any job you take on. Stop by Benny's Western Store in Artesia or Carlsbad to try on some Wrangler flame-resistant apparel today. For the right work clothes, think inside the closet.
Attend the Roswell Gun Show May 6th to 7th this weekend at the Roswell Convention Center, 912 North Main Street. See dealers more. Buy land trade at the Roswell Gun Show May 6th and 7th this weekend at the Roswell Convention Center, 912 North Main Street in Roswell, New Mexico. Gun aficionados, you don't want to miss out on this huge selection of ammo. Over 500,000 rounds of ammo on sale. Winchester ammo, Remington ammo, 9mm Luger ammo, 38 Special. Do not miss out on these major brands of ammo. Buy, sell, and trade at the Roswell Gun Show May 6th and 7th this weekend at the Roswell Convention Center, 9 North Main Street in Roswell, New Mexico. Get $1 off admission. Go to azgunradio.com. azgunradio.com. Free parking. Calling all clay shooters. The best sporting clay shooters in southern New Mexico and West Texas will gather at the Inn of the Mountain Gods Casino and Resort in beautiful Mescalero, New Mexico on June 30th and July 1st for the 7th annual Aim High Show, which will include an award ceremony, raffles, and gun boards. All shooters will be entered to win a Beretta 686 Silver Pigeon over-under 12-gauge shotgun, plus your team could win prizes scoring first or second place. Early registration is online now at scorechaser.com, and discount rooms and cabins are available. Call now to reserve your flat of ammunition and load up your side-by-side. Aim high. For more information, call Rhonda at 575-937-1475. That's 575-937-1475. This message is sponsored by the Ruidoso and Lincoln County Lodgers Tax Committees.
Wants to make sure you've got your favorite things covered and will give you a discount for doing it. Farmers Auto Multi-Policy Discount gives you up to 45% off your auto insurance for bundling policies like boat, motorcycle, RV, home, and life. It's just one of the many ways you can save with Farmers. Call Herschel Rustin Hayes at 575-396-0513 to learn more or get a quote.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends.
Hello. Be in the break, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gun Studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Hey man, who's behind the mic? What's all the hype about?
B and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
6:52. Good morning. It is another day in paradise. Taking out trash. Coming up in a second. A man currently in detention at the detention center after authorities allege that he opened fire on a police officer at point blank during a traffic stop. Amazingly, the officer wasn't hit. The guy is a terrible shot. Thank God he's a terrible shot. Ruben D. Lao of Grant County is at the detention center. He is asking the judge to release him. Wow. You shoot at a police officer. Nah, I'm thinking we're probably going to go, nah, we'll pass on that one. We appreciate the outcome. No, I don't think we'll let you out. No way. The Prairie Chicken, by the way, great opinion piece on Fox News. It is an opinion piece, but it's point on. If you get a chance, go to foxnews.com and read about the Lesser Prairie Chicken. This is Biden's weapon in the war against fossil fuel. Now, Attorney General of Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, where does this thing go? All the way to, is it Kansas or even further than that?
It is Kansas.
Battling against the Lesser Prairie Chicken. This is Biden's way of shutting the oil and gas industry down. You know, we live in a world today where yesterday we talked about it. They're actually talking about electric tanks. How are in the middle of a war? Now, I'm trying to, maybe I'm wrong. I've never fought in the war. But is there a place where you can just charge stuff in?
Well, yeah, you just drive up to the enemy's camp and ask them if you can plug in for a little bit.
Hey, you mind if I mean, this thing is like a Tesla. It only takes 24 hours to charge. Would you guys be okay with that? And so you would think that they would have to actually bring a generator out there fueled by diesel. The whole idea is nuts. And you know what's even crazier? We have people that believe this. We have the Secretary of Energy that thinks that's an awesome idea until somebody has started asking the question, how are they going to recharge these things? Are they going to be solar? Are they going to be wind? Are you going to build the infrastructure during the war? Yeah, whatever.
Well, and where are we getting all those materials? Oh, from China.
Oh, China. Oh, wow. Looks like 76% of COVID deaths reported in Hong Kong. 76% of people that died in Hong Kong have one thing in common. Tom, what's the one thing?
COVID.
Of course, they died of COVID.
Dark hair.
Dark hair?
Dark hair.
Joe Biden
Dark
is
hair.
calling you, dude. You need to be the vice president because damn sure he doesn't want anybody smarter than him. But they all were vaccinated. 76% of people that died in Hong Kong were vaccinated. Tom, what's
but
the
that
thing?
jab works.
Right.
What's the reason you said that you got vaccinated?
Because of COVID.
But why did you get the vaccination?
So I wouldn't get it.
Thank you. God bless you. Lord help us.
Did you get COVID?
I still got it.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Oh,
I'm
wow,
amazed. Oh,
I'm totally blown away. All right, taking out trash, being brought to you by Trash Eaters, trash-eaters.com. Need residential pickup, 575-390-4549. And don't forget, they are looking for help. Volunteers at the Lovington shelter. They, when you give a donation, they actually spay and neuter the animals and able to ship them off. They also need people taking care of the animals. If you want to make a donation or volunteer your time, 575-552-3669. Last Tuesday, Donna Ana County commissioners voted 4-1 to ban the National Day of Prayer from being held at the county government building.
Mm-hmm.
Ban it. Commissioner Christopher Hernandez brought the motion forward. You know, I remember the time when Hispanic people were some of the most religious people in the world.
People of faith?
People of faith, people of family. And they have taken that and to a huge degree turned it into non-God-fearing people with, you know, when it comes to their morals, it's pretty sad. But you can have pride days, you can have whatever the hell you want. By the way, county commissioners voted 4-1, and Pastor Gene Pruitt filed a request for an injunction with the U.S. District Court in Las Cruces, asserting that Donna Ana County commissioners had violated the Constitution of the United States. I'm about to sneeze, and it's going to hurt really bad. But they believe it's a violation because they have the right to exercise religious freedom. And that county commission building is not their building. It's a sovereign ground. According to the group, National Day of Prayer is an annual observance, of course, a prayer that was designated by Congress in 1952. I hope they'll win this case. I hope they sue the hell out of Donna Ana County commissioners. I only hope that's the way it works. All right, news coming up. National Anthem and the Pledge. Our number 877-396-W105.
You know, my middle boy and I went to a local fast food drive-through here in Carlsbad, says the text. I mean, there's a trans thing working there, he says, or she says. When it opened the window, my son said very loudly, "What is that?" says the texter.
Last time I checked, Brian was a he.
Yeah. And the people in Hong
Brian,
Kong.
he's gender switching you.
And the people in Hong Kong probably died from lead poisoning, says the text. Rocket goes on to say, religious discrimination at its finest, says the texter. And B, you know what? This is Smokey from Arizona. He says, you know what? I am going to disagree with you on shipping the illegals, and here's why. Why was wanting to put an ELDS on the Mexican trucks that was coming into the USA, and some made the argument that we can't put them on some trucks and not others, and now all the trucks in the U.S., and my thinking, they will make the same argument about the chips, and I say, no, thank you, says Smokey.
Here's the deal. Don't break the law. Don't break the law, and don't come into the country illegally. I haven't violated the law. So I should have nothing to worry about. But you're right, because it's always one price fits all. Somebody gets killed by a gun, we're going to ban all guns. And the biggest problem we have in New Mexico is a hazing situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we just left a 60-day session, but the New Mexico governor wants legislators to help enact a new anti-hazing law in the aftermath of New Mexico State University basketball players who were sexually assaulted by teammates. Well, they're identifying as women. Democratic governor on Friday issued a statement. You know, if you wanted to do that, we had an opportunity to do that. 60-day session. 2 former New Mexico State basketball players filed a lawsuit saying they were sexually assaulted. And then we got the whole case at Eastern New Mexico where the coach is pimping out the players to her husband. We got a lot of freaky stuff going on in New Mexico. A lot of freaky stuff. Does it mean that we have to have another law to say no to hazing? I think somewhere down the line we already have a law. The answer is not more laws. The answer is enforcing the laws. Just like all these people that want to ban guns. How the heck did this illegal alien that killed 5 people in Houston, if you would have all guns banned, would this guy still have a gun? I think he would. I'm just saying. All right, we got to get to things that happened on this date in history. Tom, text line, please.
All right, you know, Biden has his worthless POS son living with him, but wants to send everyone else's kids into a war with electric vehicles, says the text.
Well, the other thing is, who's paying for him? Who's paying for Hunter Biden to live at the White House?
You and I.
We are.
Yep.
This dude's 40 years old. Go get a damn job. I really don't care. Go find something else to do. I think there's more to the story about they can't serve a warrant on him at the White House.
Right.
I could be wrong. What else, Tom?
I live in Roswell, says one of the texts. We spent the weekend in Anaheim, California. And the man, I tell you what, there was about 25% electric cars on the road. Even my rental was an electric car, but I couldn't find a darn charging station. I seen one carbureted car the whole time I was there. It's a Biden state for sure, says the text.
No doubt. No doubt. Oh, I didn't play the Chuck Schumer cut. So Schumer is now trying to blame the Republicans. The Republicans came up with an idea. They came up with an idea to increase the debt limit. And I'm not happy increasing the debt limit. I'm just going to be honest. What we need to do is cut the debt limit. But Schumer, of course, the Republicans come forward with a plan. Here's what he has to say. Democrats have no plan.
And it's resonating from one end of America to the other. Of course, you can't sit down and discuss something if you don't have a plan. Leader McCarthy just says, let's meet. But what are they going to do? Discuss the weather, the rearrangement of the furniture? I predicted 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, it's going to be very hard for them to get 218 votes on any plan. So come on. Look in the mirror, see what's going on, and do it the right way.
This guy is such an ass. Such an arrogant ass. I mean, the Republicans came forward with a plan. They have a proposed budget. Democrats haven't come forward with anything. Tom, when do we run out of money?
June
1st.
Yep.
June 1st. We're out of money.
That's 28 days away, brother.
Yeah, it's right around the corner. So they better get sitting down and come up with a plan. All right, national anthem and the pledge. A look at news on the way. Things that happen on this date in history being brought to you by Trade It New Mexico. Get your CDL in a week. 96% passing rate in 1 week. They can teach you to pass the CDL inspection, skill test, and driving test. They can also make sure that you know exactly what you need to pass. Part of the reason why they have such a high passing rate is that people get more time, one-on-one time, and more time behind the wheel with these guys. 575-840-9555. Give them a holler today. proud sponsor of things that happened on this date in history.
It was 1933, 90 years ago. The first sighting of the Loch Ness Monster in Scotland was reported when a couple drove by and seen what they said was an enormous monster, probably a log rolling in the current. Also on this date in history, today is National Life Insurance Day. Insurance companies are kind of disgusting. I tried to get insurance on somebody here the other day, and they asked me if they had any pre-existing conditions. I said, well, they're dead. You called me, you know. Also on this date, 122 years ago, the Great Fire of 1901 breakout in Jacksonville, Florida. It's been contained. Also on this date, famous radio history, 1932, Jack Benny's radio show debuted on the NBC Blue Network. Eddie Anderson is Rochester, Sadie Marks is Mary Livingston, and Madonna as herself. So, and also on this date, 1972, FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover died, and 51 years, after 51 years. He was actually kind of young when he died, and still to this day, they hadn't found anybody to fill his pumps. And let's see, happy birthday. Do you remember Engelbert Humperdinck?
Yes.
Oh, Tom's favorite band.
Please release me.
Let me go.
Yeah, he's getting older. He's got a new song out called Do Not Resuscitate Me. Happy birthday to Charlotte, Prince Charlotte of Wales. Beautiful little.
How old is she now? 7?
She is 8 years old today and already more mature than Prince Harry. And last but not least, happy birthday to CNN newsroom anchor Poppy Harlow. She's 41 years old. She's going to throw a party tonight, just her family and her viewer.
You know what I don't like about her besides the news that she does?
What?
She wears a ponytail to work as a news anchor.
Oh, my God, a ponytail. Oh, my Lord. It was like her
that makes the
G-string
newscast
showing.
right there. I trust her implicitly
Well,
now.
It's just too casual for me. I don't take her seriously. It's too casual.
As a guy that looks like the homeless guy at Walmart showing up for work every damn day. Thank you for the stern where you actually are, going through everybody's wardrobe.
But well, now it's just the two of them, and there was another girl that I saw this morning. That's the new anchor. After they got rid of
you
Don
watch
Lemon.
CNN. I got it. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
I'm surfing through the
I got it.
channels.
Yeah, I got it. Mm-hmm.
Well, he's got to stay up with his peeps.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
You told up
You
on
let it
yourself
slip,
there,
bro.
brother. You let it
Yeah,
go.
you let it slip. Sorry, you let it slip.
Well, for months, you guys got a TV and get the news. Now I'm watching the news, and you're still not happy.
And you still don't know what the hell's going on in the news.
So
I'm half dead, and I still know what the hell's going on.
He's too busy paying attention to her ponytail.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
She's kind of sexy.
You know,
And
that
the thing
skirt could probably be a little longer. Said no guy ever.
And the thing about it is there's your misnomer. You're watching CNN, and you said you're watching news, and honestly, no, you're not.
Well, I'm watching Fox.
It's more of a propaganda,
No doubt.
state-controlled media.
I wish they would go back just to doing news the way they were when they debuted in 1980.
They are no
Well, it's
longer
headline
news. It's state-controlled media. I'm sorry.
So
That's what it is.
I mean, Don Lemon was an opinion person.
Yeah, it was.
Tucker Carlson, opinion person. I'm going to tell you the guy out of all the people at Fox that I can't stand.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think it is?
Hannity?
Hannity.
I don't get it, B. How come?
Hannity to me is worthless.
When did you change your mind about that dude?
I never liked him. I can't watch him.
Wow.
He's about as fake.
I agree. I don't like Sean Hannity, and you nailed it.
He just seems fake.
Just fake in the way that he puts it on. He's just a white.
And you know what? Tucker Carlson stood up to the powers that be, and Hannity did not have his back.
Ooh.
The last night he was on the air, the night after they fired him, he said nothing. And there comes a point where maybe you ought to open up your mouth. I don't know. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to bed. I'm going to take a pain pill.
All right, bro. Be careful.
God bless you guys. We got National Anthem and the Pledge coming up. We're KWMW, Maljamora 105.1 FM. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Will.
Thank you, B. We appreciate you as always, buddy.
I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Take it easy. Thanks for hanging out with us as long as you did. It's 11 minutes after 7 o'clock, and we got the National Anthem and Pledge coming up. We're going to do that here in just a second. First, though, I want to give a shout-out to our buddies at Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. Farm and ranch supplies, products for your home, lawn, and garden, and clothing from all your favorite brands like Carhartt, Wrangler, Dear John Denim, and more. Don't forget, they've got great specials going on all the time. Check in with them today. They are also your Purina certified expert dealer. Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. Just a little Western wear store with a whole lot of style. Check them out today on 2nd Street in Roswell. And, of course, tell them you heard it on B in the Breakfast Club. All right, let's do our National Anthem and Pledge of Allegiance, and we'll see about qualifying some people coming up here in just a little bit. Don't jump the gun. I'll tell you when. But, of course, National Anthem and Pledge being brought to you by our buddy Rebecca Long. When it comes to protecting your home, auto, boat, RTV, RV, boat, commercial, you name it, they've got it all. Life insurance, Rebecca Long is ready for you. She started her business at age 19 and is still helping people 40 years later. Stop by 226 West Vega and Hobbs and ask Rebecca about what she can do to help you, or give her a call at 393-2661, 575-393-2661. Rebecca Long, your farmer's insurance agent. She can customize and bundle your coverage options. Talk with farmer's agent Rebecca Long today so you can decide if your coverage is ready for whatever may come your way. Rebecca Long, 575-393-2661, proud sponsor of the Pledge of Allegiance and National Anthem on B in the Breakfast Club.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and of the free and the home of the brave?
God bless America. God bless you. National Anthem and Pledge of Allegiance brought to you by Farmers Insurance Agent Rebecca Long. Time now for the Lord's Prayer, being brought to you by Judah Oil.
Be very careful to keep the commandments and the law that Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave you, to love the Lord your God and to walk in all of his ways.
This is Mike Welsh with Judah Oil. Can you join us in the Lord's Prayer? Our Father, who art in heaven,
Our Father, who art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come,
thy will be done,
thy will be done,
on earth as it is in heaven.
on earth as it is on heaven.
Give us this day our
Give
daily
us
bread,
this day our daily bread,
and forgive us
and forgive us,
our trespasses, and we forgive those who trespass against us.
and forgive us us as we forgive those who trespass against us.
And lead us not into temptation,
And lead us not to temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
Amen.
Amen.
Lord's Prayer being brought to you by our friends at Judah Oil. And we've got a look at weather coming up here in just a second. Also got news. We'll check in with that. We got to get to our question of the day. B kind of missed that. The question of the day being brought to you by our friends at Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. They're, of course, the pros that know. So if you want some information on more than just the parts you're looking for, you want to make sure you're getting what you need for your vehicle, talk to the folks at Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer, proud sponsor of the question of the day.
What is the most absurd thing you've been tricked into doing or believing? What's the most absurd thing that you've been tricked into believing or doing? 877-396-W105 is your text line.
There you go. Text you can answer on Facebook. It's up on Facebook now. Or you can go by and hit us up on the text line, 877-396-9105. Of course, text line being brought to you by our friends at Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. We'll check back in with that again here in a little bit. Look at weather being brought to you by our friends at Platinum Auto Services. If you're looking to need some truck accessories, or you're just needing some automotive service, whether it be brakes, tires, AC service, alignments, if you're needing something a little more fancy like a lift or a leveling kit, if you're looking for a detail, like I said, every truck accessory you can imagine, everything, winches, skid plates, rims, just to name a few. They do preventative maintenance and diagnostics, and fleets are welcome. Talk to them today at Platinum Auto Services, 689-6900, 575-689-6900. Open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5 in Carlsbad, 575-689-6900 for Platinum Auto Services. And a quick look at your forecast with Tom A.
You know, we got 40% chance of scattered showers this afternoon. Look for a high of about 83. Now, Wednesday, 30% chance of rain, 81 for your high. And Thursday, got a little bit better, partly sunny. Look for a high of about 82. And we got wind gusts as well on Thursday. Well,
of course, full forecast available anytime, W105radio.com. And we will come right back. We're going to see about getting some people qualified coming up. We got to check in with news real quick, brought to you by our friends at the Ragsdale Law Firm. If you're looking for the leading accident lawyer in New Mexico, you've been involved in an oil field related accident, give Luke a call. Luke Ragsdale and the Ragsdale Law Firm, 600 North Pennsylvania in Roswell. Call them today at 575-208-5300. 575-208-5300. Luke or Taryn are standing by to help you out. They've got some huge verdicts and settlements under their belt with oil field wrongful death, medical malpractice, car wreck, slip and fall in a motel, and a lot more. Ragsdale Law Firm, 600 North Pennsylvania in Roswell, 575-208-5300. Proud sponsor of Being the Breakfast Club. Coming right back after a look at news. We got more on the way. And, of course, we got our boob of the day. But first, let's get some people qualified on W105.
Dobbs Truck and Trailer presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now. Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
And I want it now. Call in now to win.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. On strike, Hollywood writers, 11,500 people walking the picket lines, contract talks, and with no deal. It's the first industry walkout in 15 years. Canadian folk singer Gordon Lightfoot dies at 84, his publicist saying from natural causes.
Lightfoot was best known for writing many classic tunes throughout the 1960s and 70s, such as the 1970 single, If You Could Read My Mind. Lightfoot earned 5 Grammy nominations, 16 Juno Awards, and was inducted into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame in 1986.
Fox's Brian Holcren reporting. It's going to cost you more for a Tesla Model Y or Model 3. Reuters says the starting price for both electric cars has been hiked by $250. That's after a round of discounting, though prices for cars are still much lower than they were in January. America's listening to Fox News.
This Lovington Wildcat Sports Update being brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services. Do what you say you can do. Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington.
Stone Oilfield Service backs the Lady Cats as they work to build winning teams and seasons while chasing state championships. Stone Oilfield Service with vacuum, winch, and kill trucks, hydrovacs and hot oilers, frac and acid tanks, gas busters, environmental shields, acidizing, and more. Do what you say you can do. Stone Oilfield Service will get the job done right every time. Serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas, located at 725 Tatum Highway, or contact 575-396-1840.
The Lovington girls softball team is on to the 4A state playoffs this weekend. They finished 9-3 in district this season, which included a doubleheader split against Artesia last week. And during the seeding, Lovington was placed in the 6th spot. Coach Steve McCraw was disappointed, to say the least.
The Max Preps ranking had us at number 4, and I kind of think that's where we should have been seated. The way they have 6 criteria, you got district champion gets a point, and if you go head-to-head with somebody and the winner gets a point, Max Preps ranking, beating a district champion, and then the overall record. And then they have each coach gets to send in how they think it should be. So then whoever gets the most criteria points, that's who the higher seed is.
And the Lady Cats get a home game against Moriarty.
Yeah, well, so we get a home game, probably be on Saturday. Talk to the AD and Moriarty, but I think it's my choice, and I prefer to play on Saturday.
This Lovington Sports Update has been brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services. Go Wildcats!
Do you take pride in your work and always strive for excellence? Then you should join the family of excellence at Lucky Services. Lucky Services pays top wages, health insurance, uniforms, and you're home with the family every night. Bring a friend and both of you get a $500 Visa gift card after 6 months and a $1,000 Visa gift card after 1 year. Apply now at LuckyFamilyInc.com. The Lucky Family of Excellence in Hobbs and Midland is an equal opportunity employer.
Stop by Amigo Machinery in Roswell to save big on their versatile Kubota L2501 series tractors, featuring all-day comfort and a variety of attachments to get the job done. Rated number 1 in durability and owner experience. Get the Kubota L2501 series now for 0 down and 0% APR financing for up to 84 months. Stop in for a Kubota demo and claim this offer on the Kubota L2501 today at Amigo Machinery, 2801 Southeast Main Street, Roswell. Online at amigo-machinery.com. Now through June 30th, see Amigo Machinery or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
There's a hiring blitz happening right now at Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers. They need supervisors, pump operators, and entry-level CDL drivers. Spinnaker offers plenty of hours, an excellent salary, and one of the best benefit programs in the industry. To apply, text 63566 or visit greatoilfieldjobs.com. Your new career is waiting for you at Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers. Apply today. GreatOilfieldJobs.com or text the word oilfield to 63566. Spinnaker is an equal opportunity and drug-free employer.
Sutherland's of Carlsbad is here for all your home improvement and DIY projects. Visit Sutherlands.com for how-to tips and guides. Skip the hassle. Buy online and pick up in-store for free at 2101 South Canal in Carlsbad. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, and plywood to fencing, power tools, and furniture, Sutherland's has what you need for the job, plus great financing options. Sutherland's, helping Americans build it better since 1917.
If you need an aggressive, experienced personal injury attorney who is honest and true, you need to get the Gorilla.
So I'm 23 years old. I worked at a warehouse, and I took an injury which caused the amputation of my right leg. I was approached by a specific firm, and they turned my case down within 5 minutes. I was told to come visit the Gorilla Law Firm, and immediately they saw potential in my case. And I tell you what, Gorilla Law Firm had my back when no one else did. The Gorilla Law Firm made me a multi-millionaire. And if you're injured, you call the Gorilla Law Firm too.
The Gorilla Law Firm, 3130 North Grimes and Hobbs, or call 575-964-2720.
On Sunday, May 14th at 2 p.m., join the Artesia Arts Council as they proudly present Jessica Fichot. With 3 acclaimed albums under her belt, Jessica Fichot has charmed audiences around the world, performing her lively songs at concert halls, festivals, and clubs across the globe. Accompanied by her accordion, toy piano, and fiery band, Jessica will surely dazzle you with her style and flair. For show info and ticket pricing, visit ArtesiaArtsCouncil.com. Paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax. Rio Grace Landscaping of Lovington is open for business at their new location, just north of Lovington on the Tatum Highway at 4 Crockett Road. You can find fruit, shade, and flowering trees as well as hydrangea, roses, lavender, and so much more. Find your fire pits and hot tubs all proudly made in the USA. Open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday and on Sunday by appointment. Call the landscape experts today at 575-396-7464. Rio Grace Landscaping, your ultimate service garden center and landscape professionals.
Well, I woke up this morning.
If you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Be and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
Hey, old man, try this.
26, it is B in the Breakfast Club. Of course, Kevin was joining us earlier. He will be back and hopefully lasting a little longer each and every day as he goes. But I could tell during the breaks, he's suffering a little bit. He's doing his best to make as far as he is. And I've told him time and time again, dude, don't push yourself. But he just keeps on trying. He wants to be a part. He wants to at least get his stories in first thing. We appreciate it, though. Any part we can get him, we'll take him. And, of course, we were talking about the question today earlier. If you want to answer that, feel free. You can text us or you can answer on Facebook. What is the most absurd thing you've been tricked into doing or believing? What is the most absurd thing you've ever been tricked into doing or believing? I'll try to keep it as clean as possible. 877-396-W105, of course, brought to you by our friends at Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. What were you saying?
Well, one of the answers I've already got was kind of funny. Most absurd thing I've ever been tricked into believing is that our government is going to look out for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of the big con, isn't it?
It is, yeah. The government's here to help. That's part of the problem, for sure. No question.
Wasn't it Reagan that said the 10 most dangerous words in the English language was, I'm from the government and I'm here to help you?
Yeah, I think that was it. So, look out for the government because, you know, they're in it for themselves more times than not. 877-396-W105. Of course, we want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Chance Materials, reminding you every project begins with a solid foundation. Chance Materials providing for quality, affordable, ready-mix concrete, no matter the project. Chance Materials has the product and unmatched customer service, all at the lowest price possible. ChanceMaterials.com is where you can find out more information or call them today at 363-3240, 575-363-3240. Serving the Pecos Valley with plants in Carlsbad and Roswell with ready-mix concrete. Chance Materials, because when a project matters, materials matter most. 363-3240. Chance Materials. Make sure you tell them you heard it on Being the Breakfast Club when you give them a call. 877-396-W105. Text line being brought to you by our friends at Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. What else is going on, Tommy?
Well, you know, Dennis says, you know, on the question of the day, getting tricked into getting married, he says this morning. And another texter says, getting a cell phone plan after being told the rates will never change. I've heard that. I got a text yesterday from someone saying that I had won an iPad. Now, all you have to do now is just send $5 in for shipping. So, you know, and then it said you owe $1,200 for a deal. Supposedly this was done in a drawing, but I've never drawn anything from a box store that sells video stuff. Yeah,
Tommy.
Yeah,
it's a scam.
I know. I know. And
well, Tommy.
Yeah.
If it's too good to be true,
right.
It is.
So, of course, I didn't go any further than that. As a matter of fact, they even said they're going to take it out of my account. I'm thinking, I've never had an Amazon account. And then I thought, I wonder if they're talking about my banking account. So I turned up my bank all day. I turned up my bank card all day. So
you were such a noob.
Man, mine is so much closer to home in southeastern New Mexico trickery. I'm like 18 years old. This is summer after high school.
Okay.
And a friend of mine, more or less, for one, the big trick was to get me to do this job with him. But I went out and roughnecks for a while, and I am the worm I'm just a kid. I don't know anything. I'm the worm. And I'm scrubbing and painting and doing what they're telling me to, and the light bulbs are out going up the side of the rig. And they convinced me that I needed to go up on the man climber, the belt, and get these 2 light bulbs out. And that I needed to save them because the tool pusher had all the spares in his trailer. And they got me to get these 2 light bulbs and put them in a cardboard box and convinced me I needed to go down there and knock on the tool pusher's door at 10 o'clock at night and wake him up to get the spare light bulbs to put in the deal. That was a good conversation with the tool pusher, I'll tell you, but they convinced me to do it. So I'm toting these great big light bulbs. Anyway, they got me to do it, but that one I've remembered my whole life.
Travis and Roswell on the question of the day. My absurd thing is thinking there's equal justice under the law, because believe me, when Lady Justice is not only blind when she's liberal, so she's only blind when it's a liberal, says the text. That's Travis this morning, by the way. Wow. And in San Diego, says the texter, I was tricked by Rocket on the local radio station. He told me he found a bag full of money and asked me what to do. Won tickets because I wanted to see it before turning into it, or rather turning it in, says the texter. That's from Mama Bear this morning. Too good to be true. You're right, Will. Probably it. Will?
Someone answered the question today. They said that there's more than 50 genders. Come on. Everyone knows there's only 7.
And this is Patriot Larry. I was tricked into believing that BLM and the Antifa were harder than they were when they were really, really soft, says the Patriot this morning. And saving money on my car insurance by switching to, can I say that name?
What, to Geico?
Yeah.
I think that's the joke, Tommy. I know it was right over your head, but
by the way, they didn't call me, my insurance company, yesterday. It's Posta.
Oh, it's their responsibility. Huh?
Yeah. So they took all the pictures and everything, and we'll see what happens.
I think I'd change insurance. Just saying, buddy. I think I'd call Rebecca.
I'm going to call Rebecca when this is all over.
Yeah, I think I would have done. Although I wouldn't wish you on Rebecca, so I apologize, Rebecca. I didn't mean to say that. Yeah. Tom, you still can't read. What's your excuse now? Said the texter.
Oh, wow. And the most absurd thing, Smokey.
You're not going to answer?
No. Because the most absurd thing, said Smokey in Arizona, we've all been tricked into believing Tom was a radio host and a news guy.
Oh, damn. There you go.
Smokey.
Ouch.
Yeah, 877-396-W105. There you go. So question of the day being brought to you by our friends at Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And again, the question one more time, what's the most absurd thing you've ever been tricked into doing or believing? 877-396-W105. That was a good one, Smokey. If you're looking for your next mountain getaway, look no further than Camp of the Tall Pines in scenic Mayhill, New Mexico. New owners Scott and Jamie Miller are anxious to show you all the improvements they made, whether you choose one of their cozy cabins or their raised platform campsites for glamping or convenient RV hookups. You'll be pleased with the amenities, but you can't beat the surroundings. Camp of the Tall Pines, nestled in the mountains near Mayhill, New Mexico. It is absolutely gorgeous up there, and they welcome all your large groups, too. If you're looking for a special place to hold your anniversary, your family reunion, public function, or holiday gathering, they've got facilities up there ready for you, even the big groups. It's perfect for all of you. Don't forget the activities. Camp of the Tall Pines has high ropes, low ropes, mountain biking, fishing, hiking, disc golf, as well as elk, deer, and turkey hunting. Of course, they were doing those buggy picnics. You can ask them about those too. See if they're going to get those up going for the spring again. Yeah, go to their website and plan your trip today. CampTallPines.com, CampTallPines.com, or call them today. Camp of the Tall Pines, 575-687-4101, 575-687-4101. Talk to them today, and please mention you heard it on Be in the Breakfast Club. We sure appreciate that when you call up to Camp of the Tall Pines to make your reservation. 877-396 W105. We got some other stories we got going on today, guys.
Well, I have a couple of stories. For one, I wanted to get back to the lesser prairie chicken story in southeastern Mexico because that doesn't extend into New Mexico and the oil-rich areas of southeastern Mexico. If you go on to read on that bill, they're also bringing up that lizard. Remember the lizard that
sand lizard, yeah.
The sand lizard. So that's all coming into this. And the story goes on and says that prairie chickens don't live in our area, but you see prairie chickens in West Texas and southeastern Mexico all the time.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we used to eat them.
Prairie chickens?
Yeah. Have you ever ate them?
Uh-uh.
You know what they taste like, don't you?
Chicken?
No, kind of a cross between bald eagle and spotted owl.
Oh, damn, Russ.
Also, some of the other stories we got out there in Syria, Turkish forces have now cornered ISIS leader Abu al-Hassan al-Qurashi, who then blew himself up with a suicide vest. So he is gone, and may he rest in pieces. In lieu of flowers,
he is too.
Yeah. In lieu of flowers, his family is asking that you die, you infidels. You die. So, found that in our headlines. And also, according to Fox News, President Biden is showing signs of cognitive decline, like we hadn't spotted.
No.
Right.
No.
In a related story, they're officially changing the presidential anthem from Hail to the Chief to Dazed and Confused. And according to a new study, the average adult hasn't spoken to their neighbors in 3 weeks. Do you ever speak to your neighbors where you live there?
No.
The average person hasn't spoken to their neighbors in 3 weeks. I haven't spoken to mine in about 3 months, unless you...
Oh, I spoke to my neighbor because it's he works at a different work schedule than I do.
Well, yeah, that's it. I don't see many of my neighbors at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right. I bumped him to the store the other day.
And we talked about this earlier. And B said he swore that he remembered using one of these cards in the spokes of his bicycle when he was a kid. But a rare Mickey Mantle baseball card has now sold for $422,400. Wow.
Right.
Would have been even more, except the gum had already been chewed. So.
Oh, that ABC gum.
The ABC gum. There you go. That's what I've got right now.
It's from the regional. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
From the Regional Wire, former co-owner of the Roswell Escrow Service, Christopher Adam Jensen Turner, pleaded guilty to 2 charges of wire fraud, defrauded hundreds of people out of thousands of dollars. He pled guilty on those 2 charges. He could receive 20-year sentence for that crime.
And where was that story, tell me?
This is coming out of Roswell this morning. Our Regional Wire.
Our Regional Wire.
Yeah.
Our Regional Wire. Well, it helps when you tell us what area.
Yeah, that's Roswell. So.
Okay.
There you go. Got some other ones, but we'll divide them as we move forward into the show.
So you're not prepared?
No, I am prepared. I just don't want to read them all at one time.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead. Go ahead and read one more.
Want me to read one more?
Yeah, that's what I thought. 877-396-W. Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, it was a crime that happened back in 2014, and Mark Dieterman, 71-year-old from Roswell, was convicted of criminal sexual assault of 2 teenagers back in 2014. But they didn't report the crime until 2018. That's when Roswell police began to investigate that crime. He was convicted on those charges, and he awaits sentencing soon. Will?
So basically, you got your Roswell Daily Record sitting in front of you. You're just copying the stories.
No, I rewrote the stories.
You rewrote that, right? I could really tell that was your handwriting.
It was. I could barely read it.
W105. Oh my God. So are you going to give them credit for your story?
I said it comes from the Roswell paper.
No, you didn't. You said it was from the Regional Wire.
The Regional Wire. Well, it's the same thing. It's in the neighborhood.
Oh, it's the same thing. Thank you to the Roswell Daily Record for being Tom's news source in that. 877-396-W105 for pipeline inspection services you can rely on. See the folks at Iron River Inspection. Mike and Matt Hemmingson are both second-generation pipeliners with the experience and the patch you need. In fact, the Iron River Inspection team has over 300 years combined oil field-related experience, and they're always standing by with your best interest in mind, offering pipeline and facility inspection, industry and safety training, as well as top-notch industry consulting. Put Iron River on the job and ensure it's done right. Iron River Inspection, located on Main Street in Eunice, or you can check them out online at ironriverinspection.com. All spelled out, all one word, ironriverinspection.com, proud sponsor of Be in the Breakfast Club. 877-396-W105. Of course, we've got texts rolling in, Tom A. You want to try? You didn't get too many of those. Let's do that.
Let's do it. Don't get me wrong, says the text. I love my son. But his mom was on a one-night stand, and she said she was on the pill. Child support kicked my butt for 6 years, and then I got full custody. Boy, did she get me good, says the texter. Another texter says, Jay Dobbs from Hobbs says, yeah, he will get more time than Alexis did, says the texter. She got 18 years, 16 years because of good behavior. Back in the day, my older sister convinced me to touch my tongue to a metal ice cube tray. I never will do that again, says the
Well, better the ice cube tray than the flagpole. Because the flagpole ain't cooling off and it ain't going to warm up.
Yeah.
The ice cube tray, at least it'll melt fairly quick and you can run some water underneath on it. But good luck on the pole out in the middle of the yard.
That's just a classic scene from that movie, isn't it? Good morning, guys, says Rogue One. Well, good morning to you, too. And what was the sentence for the dumpster baby girl? She got the maximum 18 years, but suspended 2 years. She'll have a 2-year parole when she gets out. And she was remanded into custody yesterday. I was so dumb when I first got married, says the texter. This is Mark, by the way. We had a lot of little trees coming up. I asked my husband if he knew what they were. And he thought they were the berry trees. But it took one of...
You're messing up that text so bad. You're taking the funny out of it completely.
Well, it
for
says
one, it's got to be Mark's wife that's texting this in. It's just... I was so dumb when I was married. We had a lot of little trees coming up. I asked my husband if he knew what they was. He told me they were dingleberry trees. But if I took one to the extension office, they could tell me. Needless to say, they got a good laugh.
All right, I'm going to ask a stupid question because I didn't say that because that maybe was nasty.
You don't know what a dingleberry is?
He is a dingleberry. What do you mean?
Of all people in the world, I figure you would know what a dingleberry is. I bet you got a crop of them.
Oh, my God, Russ.
Now, that's nasty. That's not nasty, buddy, right there. That's why I didn't say it.
It's only nasty because it's true. 877-396-W105. What?
I didn't
Is that
read that
really
one.
your name of your dog, Jeffro?
I didn't read
that. I can't read that, Jeffro, but I'll shout out to your dog and rest in peace.
Right.
That was so.
And
877-396-W105. Thanks for the visual, Russ, says Brandon Artesia.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Back in the day, my older sister convinced me to touch my tongue to a metal ice tray.
I did that one already.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well,
yeah, he did that. We pivoted that into the metal pole. So, State Representative for District 61, Randy Pettigrew, reminds you that he's standing by to help. Whatever he can do, if you're in his district, even if you're not a lot of times, he'll still help out. In fact, he's helped out some of our folks from Carlsbad too. But District 61, if that's your district, call Randy. You can talk to him in person and actually visit with him. Of course, he has his website available with his Facebook page. He does updates on there when he's got something going on, when there's a fight that you need to know about. You can follow him on Facebook or go to his website, randallpettigrew.com, randallpettigrew.com. Of course, District 61 representative. He was recently reelected, and of course, it would just finish the 60-day session up there and was fighting hard to curtail everything the Democrats were trying to do. We did win a couple of battles, but of course, it's an uphill battle up there. But he does his best to battle for us in Santa Fe each and every time. and represent the values of District 61 and all of us here in Southeast New Mexico. Randy Pettigrew, District 61, proud sponsor of B and the Breakfast Club.
I had to flash back to something else because we were talking about dingleberries, and the question of the day is, have you ever been tricked in anything? What was it my wife called them the other day? You know the little balls that's around the edge of your windshield? The old 60s look, the 70s look thing where they'd put the little, they were called Dicky balls, is what you call them. But it's that fringe with the little just around it. And for some reason, I remember I'm watching Cheech and Chong or something, and she said something about his car and everything. And she said, I really kind of like it. I love those little dingleberries that's going around his windshield. Those aren't dingleberries, honey. Those are Dicky balls. It's sort of different, but anyway.
I don't know. They both sound pretty bad.
Right.
And someone said traffic stop going into Loving southbound from 31. I think that's the same accident we were talking about earlier.
I texted Matt on that one. And I
had to just keep that in mind, guys.
Yeah, I had to YouTube Chris Stapleton's national anthem to watch George Jones' version out of my head. No, I love George Jones' version of the national anthem. Chris Stapleton is awesome. I would take both of them in a heartbeat.
We play them both.
Yeah. And I would take them both in a heartbeat.
877-396-W105 text line being brought to you by our friends at Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer, online at amigo-machinery.com, or check them out in person at 2801 Southeast Main Street in Roswell. Bill and the guys are over there anxious to help you out, guys and gals, I should say, anxious to help you out at Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. And, of course, they serve all of Southeast New Mexico, not just the Roswell and Chaves County area. So if you're in Lee and Eddy County and you're needing some Kubota, make sure and hit them up today because they will take good care of you. And, of course, make sure you mention that you heard it on Being the Breakfast Club. All right. All American Cleaners, where they're a family and they treat their customers like family. They will wash, fold 17 pounds of clothes for just $16.99. Of course, locations throughout the area: Roswell, Artesia, Carlsbad, Lovington, Hobbs, Eunice, and Jowl. And don't forget to ask about their text alerts. Excuse me, they can actually let you know when your clothes are done. They will text you and say, hey, ready to pick up. So check them out today. All American Cleaners, proud sponsor of B and the Breakfast Club. 17 pounds of clothes for just $16.99. Their wash and fold services. I don't think Tom would be able to survive if he didn't have All American Cleaners. 877-396-W105. So as a kid, we used to see deer droppings and call them dingleberries. Well, that's pretty much what we're talking about. Except Tom's are a little bigger, unfortunately. The band Perry's national anthem was very good. I miss hearing that on the show. Did we ever have the band Perry's version?
I think once for about 2-3 months, and I don't know why B took it off, but I don't know. But it was a good one too. And in college we plagiarized a research paper there. If we did so, there was some stiff penalties to pay. Oh, Tom though can just plagiarize his way through life. Now, what does that really mean? I'm copying somebody else's life or what?
You're copying somebody else's work, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's not right.
You didn't understand what plagiarize meant?
Yeah. Copying somebody else's work.
I thought you were the journalism expert and the journalism.
That's a college degree working again.
But I've never done that though.
Nuh-uh. You wrote for several papers, didn't you?
I wrote for the Midland paper, the Roswell paper,
and you don't know what plagiarized.
The Monahan
like me saying
paper.
That's like me saying I don't know what an FCC fine is.
No, but my life was not plagiarized. That's what the texter was bidding.
Oh, I understand what you say. You didn't understand.
Yeah. Okay. And good luck to all the golf teams played in their district tournaments today, says the texter, especially the Ruidoso boys and the girls golf teams. Well, they're all out competing, so good luck to them. And the baseball playoffs start and softball playoffs start next week. We'll have more on that as that comes our way as well. So the kids heading down the stretch.
Are you talking about deer droppings, Jeffro? He said we called them smart pills and we told the dumb kids to eat them. That's what I think it is. That's cruel, bro. Someone says, can you get the Aaron Lewis anthem? Yeah, if I can find a good version of it, absolutely. Well, you guys, we had somebody was sending us a bunch of versions on YouTube the other day, and I was recording them as we were getting them. So, but yeah, if you guys find a version of the national anthem that's airable, I mean, there again, a lot of people, I'm a little more discerning than some people. If it's not a good enough quality, I won't use it. But if it's good quality, I'll take it for sure.
You know, one of the ones that my favorite is, I've heard her sing it 2-3 times at different events. One of the Hobbs police officers, she sings it all awesome. And if she would come in and record it, people would love the way she sings the national anthem.
Well, and speaking of national anthem, we haven't had any kiddos send us a Pledge of Allegiance in a while. If you guys have got the Pledge of Allegiance and you want your kiddos, I mean, now anybody can record these on your phone, and a lot of these phone microphones are getting better and better, so they actually sound pretty decent. But I'm fine with a kiddo recording the pledge. We've had several people. So if you guys want to record one on somebody's phone and send it to us, we will definitely take the audio and use it in the morning show. So you can do that, and you can email will@mtdradio.com, will@mtdradio.com, or you can tag us on it. You can send it to us via Facebook Messenger. However you want to send the audio, I can get, or video. I can take audio or the audio off the video. I can do all kinds of stuff. So just give me the audio of your kiddo saying the Pledge of Allegiance, and we will get them recorded and put them on the air. So that's always a fun thing, because I always like having new ones for that too.
Oh, and by the way, I think the prayer of the day is adorable. I keep telling my family about how sweet that little girl sounds saying her prayer, says the texter.
And James and Una says the little girl singing the national anthem at 7 years old is one of the best. Maybe she has a current version. You know, that's interesting, because, yeah, she's a lot older now. It would be, and I had to, good night, nurse, had to look up that name. They say it every time on the pledge, and I can never remember it. Malaya something or other,
yeah.
something.
We've got a phone call waiting.
Thanks for that, Tom. Hey, that was a nice try. Let's go to the phones. Good morning. You're on Being the Breakfast Club. Who we got?
Hey, Tom.
Oh, God. Where
Bob.
are you? Yeah.
I got a question.
What?
When you supposedly wrote for the Roswell Daily Record, what did you write? The funnies? The comics?
I was their senior correspondent for sports.
Like for Senior Olympics or the senior days or what?
No, I mean, had a good time writing for them.
I think you're full of bull, bro.
Yeah. Well, it's online. Go ahead and in the archives.
Hey, Russ.
Yes, sir.
Are Tom's eyes brown?
Well, actually, no. It's odd.
Now your eyes are brown, Russ.
There you go. I just noticed
Later,
that. I
guys.
have never even noticed that before, but you actually have blue eyes.
They hung up.
I didn't realize that.
So.
Tom does not have blue eyes.
I don't have blue eyes.
I
got brown
can't
eyes.
really say. I mean, I can't tell.
I think your cataracts.
I'm not
going
to get right. It's my cataracts. I'm sorry.
What's brown in Spanish? Browno?
Come on now.
I don't know what brown in Spanish is.
Browno?
Yeah.
You know, I don't. I know how to say red.
Pretitos?
Rojo.
Roja?
Roja. Yeah, but
You guys
that's
are lousy.
it.
You don't even know what brown in Spanish
Somebody, well, we'll have somebody text it in to us in a minute. Give us just a second. It's not going to take that long. So, where's the whiskey? I still think it's a John Wayne reference. He's
right.
referencing McClintock. So, no, that's not it, J-Dub. That's not it. That's not it.
Maron?
Browno, somebody's laughing at you.
Someone said caca. Well, that's definitely brown in Spanish. Yeah, you're right.
Cafe or Castan, something like that.
Cafe and Maron are two of the ones that I'm getting.
Cafe. I don't drink coffee.
Yeah.
And Caston says one of the texters. Another one says Browno, laugh out loud.
Browno.
Yeah,
that was just when you said Jiminy Christmas.
Tom is El Browno, someone said. 396 W105. Hey, don't forget the big grand opening for United Pump and Supply is coming up this Friday, 10:30 to 2 at 402 South Canyon Street. Of course, they have opened a new location in Carlsbad. They've been in Odessa for a while, but if you're looking for a supplier that holds up under pressure, then you're looking for United Pump and Supply. More than 60 years, their experts at UP&S have provided top-of-the-line chemical pumps, valves, chokes, and gauges to the oil and gas industry. They're your only authorized Mercer, Superior Products, Chicago Valve distributor. Also, they offer Warren, Sharp, LMI, and TechSteam. Stop by their shops in Carlsbad and Odessa and let the UP&S team help you with those brands and, of course, all the ones you've come to know and trust that we just mentioned. UP&S, they can handle the pressure. And don't forget the big grand opening May 5th. That's this Friday, 10:30 to 2, 402 South Canyon Street in Carlsbad. And how about that? Cinco de Mayo on a Friday. That's going to be a lot of fun this weekend, guys. 877-396-W105. To make sure and tell UP&S you heard it on Being the Breakfast Club. We'd appreciate when you stop by United Pump and Supply. What else is going on the text line, Tommy?
All right, Bill from Lovington says, man, every time that guy calls, I guess he's referring to Bob, his voice is like nails on a chalkboard, says the texter. And on the color of my eyes, I said El Browno, and this texter says El Brown, says the texter. I'm really getting frustrated. I don't really. There's a word for brown, but it's not none of these. And Mike says Azul is blue, says Mike this morning.
Azul.
Yeah, Azul.
Boy, I know you know. So some of these words, I know you're just playing dumb. I know for a fact. So you gotta stop. I mean, don't overplay your hand here, buddy. 877-396. What? Well, I mean, I don't know. I've never paid attention to what brown is either. But some people are. I looked it up, and marron, I believe is how you say it. I'm not maybe mispronouncing it. Marron. Marron is one of the words for brown. I don't know if it's correct or not.
It'll come.
And someone else said brown is cafe. So
no, that's not the one either. There's a West Texas name that says brown eyes, but that ain't none of them.
You talking about a song?
No. I mean,
you're talking about brown eye.
Brown eye.
Culetto.
Oh, Russell. No, I know. We can get away with certain things on the radio because it's Spanish, but still, bro. Still.
I'm sorry. I can't really.
877-396-W105. Okay. Moving right along. We got to take another break. We're going to come right back. We've got our boob of the day coming up next. We're going to do that when we get back right here. We're going to get some people qualified, though. Let's qualify some people for our cash. We're giving away another $105 coming up on Friday. Of course, this time around being brought to you by our friends at Hobbs Truck and Trailer. Qualifying people coming right back with more. Be in the Breakfast Club. Of course, being brought to you by our friends at Rig Outfitters in the home store located in the Broadmoor Mall. They've got an extensive collection of FR jeans, coveralls, gloves, shirts, coats, other oil field gear like hard hats, work boots, steel toe boots, and safety gear, furniture, appliances, electronics, and they offer 0 down financing and layaway is available at Rig Outfitters and home stores. Don't forget, too, if you're in the medical industry, right next door, they've got Scrub Outfitters located next to Rig Outfitters in the Broadmoor Mall. Largest selection of medical scrubs for 100 miles. Your favorite scrub brands, Healing Hands, Medicure, Peaches, and, of course, Carhartt. They can also special order your scrubs for you. If you want a specific color, specific style, they will order those for you and get them sent up. So give them a call today. Go by and check them out at the Broadmoor Mall in Hobbs. Of course, Scrub Outfitters and Rig Outfitters, proud sponsors of Be in the Breakfast Club. Coming right back with more Be in the Breakfast Club on W105.
Hobbs Truck and Trailer presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money. I want it now.
Call in now to win.
This Eunice Cardinals update being brought to you by Guns Up Services, 2403 Avenue O, proudly supporting the Eunice Cardinals.
Guns Up Services, LLC of Eunice. supporting the community for over 13 years, wants to wish the Eunice Cardinals another winning year and are also encouraging everyone to show up in support of all Eunice sport. With oil field services that range from vacuum trucks, winch trucks, dump trucks, and backhoes, they have frac tanks, caliche, downhole chemicals, saltwater disposal, and freshwater sales. Guns Up Services LLC, helping keep our oil field trucking. 2403 Avenue O, Eunice. Or call at 575-399-2457. That's 575-399-2457. Go Cardinals!
The Eunice Cardinals finished the season at 16-5 and 6-0 in district. Yet, they remain the third-ranked team in 2A behind Santa Rosa and Manal. Coach Drew Reynolds.
Well, I mean, Santa Rosa's playing good baseball, and Manal's been playing good ball. Rehoboth's up there. They little private school's been playing good baseball.
And don't forget, the Cardinals are the defending 2A state champions. They currently own an 8-game winning streak and have been outscoring their opponents by an average of 17-5. The Cardinals are seeded third and will have a first-round bye.
That's it. That's what it's come down to. You know, we got, of course, we on the same side of the bracket as a district opponent. That seems to happen a lot from the seeding committee, but, you know, we'll handle it the way we have to.
Reynolds says this week that the players will heal some bumps and bruises and then focus on their first-round opponent, which will be the winner of Loving and Pecos. If Eunice wins 3 games in a row, they will again be the Class 2A baseball champions.
This Eunice Cardinals update has been brought to you by Guns Up Services, 2403 Avenue O in Eunice, proudly serving the community for over 13 years. Go Cardinals!
Attend the Roswell Gun Show May 6th and 7th this weekend at the Roswell Convention Center, 912 North Main Street. See dealers selling the finest in modern guns, antique guns, custom knives, ammo, scopes, Old West collectibles, and much more. Buy, sell, and trade at the Roswell Gun Show May 6th and 7th this weekend at the Roswell Convention Center, 912 North Main Street in Roswell, New Mexico. Gun aficionados, you don't want to miss out on this huge selection of ammo. Over 500,000 rounds of ammo on sale. Winchester ammo, Remington ammo, 9mm Luger ammo, 38 Special. Do not miss out on these major brands of ammo. Buy, sell, and trade at the Roswell Gun Show May 6th and 7th this weekend at the Roswell Convention Center, 912 North Main Street in Roswell, New Mexico. Get $1 off admission. Go to azgunradio.com. azgunradio.com. Free parking.
Do you take pride in your work and always strive for excellence? Then you should join the family of excellence at Lucky Services. Lucky Services pays top wages, health insurance, uniforms, and you're home with the family every night. Bring a friend and both of you get a $500 Visa gift card after 6 months and a $1,000 Visa gift card after 1 year. Apply now at LuckyFamilyInc.com. The Lucky Family of Excellence in Hobbs and Midland is an equal opportunity employer.
Auto Scratcher! If you like a thrill, well, you're in for a stunner. All you have to do is follow the Roadrunner. Auto Scratcher! New Mexico Lottery has the golden treasure. Search it out by every measure. Auto Scratcher! Entry and info, nmlottery.com. Auto Scratcher!
If you need an aggressive, experienced personal injury attorney who is honest and true, you need to get the Gorilla.
So I'm 23 years old. I worked at a warehouse, and I took an injury which caused the amputation of my right leg. I was approached by a specific firm, and they turned my case down within 5 minutes. I was told to come visit the Gorilla Law Firm, and immediately they saw potential in my case. And I tell you what, Gorilla Law Firm had my back when no one else did. The Gorilla Law Firm made me a multi-millionaire. And if you're injured, you call the Gorilla Law Firm too.
The Gorilla Law Firm, 3130 North Grimes and Hobbs, or call 575-964-2720.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We gotta get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
You've imagined that perfect home, designed it in your mind. At Destiny,
Real estate, it's dreams that we provide. We buy or sell residential ranches, lots and more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
If you're looking to rent, please join our website at www.destinyluxuryrental.com. I've got everything from a little 2-bedroom all the way up to a 10,000 square foot home with an indoor swimming pool. Again, that's destinyluxuryrental.com. And I'm needing some more homes. If you wanted to make a little extra income, just give me a call. Rhonda Burns, 575-257-3000 at Destiny Real Estate. Our business is built on dreams and imagination. Telephone 575-257-3000.
Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
Good morning. The southeast plains of New Mexico, some humidity is beginning to push into areas like Hobbs and Carlsbad and even Roswell. And an upper level disturbance will help produce scattered showers and thunderstorms with Hobbs loving in temperatures. Our studio at 82 degrees for this Tuesday and 88 degrees in Carlsbad with a chance for thunderstorms. Chance for thunderstorms in Roswell. High temperature today near 85. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
We can make the morning if we try.
Beef and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Get up! Get your fat ass up! Now get up! Like a beached whale. God.
877-396-W105. If you want to call and be a part of the show, text in. You can do that at 877-396-9105. Text line being brought to you by our friends at Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Video feed, YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, all being brought to you by our friends at Desert Sand Waterwell, online at desertsandsnm.com. Of course, we are doing the show from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. They are our studio sponsor. Of course, make plans for your next mountain resort. They've got Brad Paisley coming in concert in June, I believe, to Inn of the Mountain God. So make sure you go online to innofthemountaingods.com and check out their concert lineup. Brad Paisley, going to be a huge show at the Inn of the Mountain God. Yep, 877-396-W105. You can text in, call in, be a part of the show. And, of course, Lovington Auto Supply is a proud sponsor of the question of the day. And once again, the question of the day is, what is the most absurd thing you've ever been tricked into doing or believing? What is the most absurd thing you've ever been tricked into doing or believing? You can, of course, answer us on Facebook as well. Facebook.com/W105 radio. And of course, any of the following things we're talking about, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble, YouTube, you just text those words. Text just the word. It'll immediately text you back a link to that link. So if you want to watch us on Twitter, because Twitter's not shutting people down anymore, you can actually go, and Twitter's one of our safe places. Twitter and Rumble are the two where you're going to find us no matter what, because even if they don't like it, they're not going to shut us down on Twitter and Rumble. YouTube, Facebook, they'll shut us down if we do something they don't like. But Twitter and Rumble, not so much. So you can definitely text the word Twitter or text the word Rumble and get links to our video feeds and our Twitter page. It's I think it's our we have a special Be in the Breakfast Club Twitter that's kind of connected to our Two Ball Guys on the Right, which one of these days I'm hoping B's going to feel up to doing another Two Ball Guys on the Right. We used to do that. That was a lot of fun. So 877-396-W105. Someone said Ojos Cafes is brown eyes, Tom.
Yeah, one of them said. Now, I just qualified Grace Dominguez. She was one of our qualifiers for the Spring Blowout Cash coming up on Friday with Russ Black. By the way, she said brown is when you say brown eyes, moreno, where you roll your R's.
Yeah.
Moreno, she says. So she got it right. That's what I was thinking, too. Another text.
What? I've been saying marron this whole time.
Marron? That's a pig.
Well, that's what someone else said. But so why is it M-A-R-R-O with a little thingy over N?
Yeah, she says M-O-R-E-N-O. That's the way it is.
Moreno?
Moreno.
So Moreno Marron would be a brown pig?
Tú tienes ojos de moreno. What did I just say? I get pig's eyes?
I think so. I think he's in a pig's eye, which is no.
Someone said, "Be careful getting tickets to the concert at the end." Hey, look, the Sarah Evans show that got canceled over the weekend, that was not their fault. So that was, of course, apparently American Airlines canceled Sarah Evans' flight out of Nashville. Now, I don't know why she waited till the last second to fly out of Nashville, but apparently that was the case. So yeah, the Sarah Evans show, because originally it was supposed to be Ronnie Millsap, and of course because of health, they punted and they actually got Sarah Evans to come in last minute. Well, then that didn't work out, and she wound up having to cancel. I mean, we're talking hours before the show. It wasn't very long at all. So, because I had people that were waiting to go. I was actually in Rodoso this weekend. I wasn't going to the show, but people were waiting to go and then got canceled. So, but that was not the Inn's fault. So that was the 100% on the artist. So don't blame them. So with it, sometimes that stuff's out of their control. And I'm surprised Ronnie's still doing shows, because God love him. The last good show I saw Ronnie Millsap do was at the Rodoso Downs racetrack years ago, and that was the last one I saw. And I saw one at the end since then, and it was pretty rough. And that was, good God, 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, he was here 3 years ago at the fair.
Yeah,
and it was pretty. And he was here, and it was about the same whenever he was here.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little on the rough side. So he's there again. Some of these folks, they keep performing so that they can continue to make money after the fact, and more power to them if they're able to. I'll tell you somebody who I saw who was really getting up there in age, but was still fantastic. Was with two of them, Charlie Pride and Don Williams. Charlie Pride and Don Williams both. When I saw both of them, they were both up there in age, and they were both fantastic. And of course, we had just barely missed Merle Haggard. He was scheduled to be at the end of Mountain Gods right before he passed away. And Neil
is going to get mad at me because he's not nearly as senior as these gentlemen. But Neil McCoy is not any spring chicken. He's my age. And if you've ever seen a Neil McCoy show, this is the most energetic performer and one of the biggest country shows you'll ever see. I think Neil McCoy is one of the most impressive country performers in the business.
I would say, Neil McCoy and Mark Miller of Sawyer Brown are probably the most, as far as energy on stage, I would have to say that those two of them are the most energetic. And because Mark Miller of Sawyer Brown, the dude is a wild man on stage, or at least he was.
Yeah.
And Neil McCoy, he's right up there. I mean, it's, if nothing else, the show, every time I've seen Neil, it's been super entertaining.
Neil McCoy is the only artist I've ever seen that got in a water fight with the crowd out here at the deal. They're squirting water bottles at each other right in the middle of the concert and stuff. He's just having a ball. He's playing like a kid.
Well, I remember seeing Mark Chestnut twice. First time was when I was in Big Spring and it didn't work out, and B said, come back home, and he was performing at the Eddy County Fair that weekend. And then the second time, and you remember this too, Will, he performed a private performance for us for MTD Radio. Remember that?
Well, who?
Mark Chestnut.
Mark Chestnut almost wrecked my car at the Lee County Fair and Rodeo.
What are you talking about? A private performance for MTD Radio?
Yeah, for us. The Hubbards invited him.
No. Dude, you were making that crap up.
He was there.
It was not okay. It was for Tom. It was not for MTD Radio.
Who was it
was for the entire organization, the racetrack, the golf course, all of the other entities. Dude, you have got these delusions of grandeur.
I was there though.
You blow stuff out of proportion. Well, the way you just laid that context out, like it was just for us.
Well, I felt it was for us. How about that?
Because all that matters is your feelings.
But remember he was allergic to one of the pines there.
Oh, look, there are a lot of artists when they go to Rodoso.
Yeah.
Between the allergies and the elevation, it'll nail some artists. I mean, I've had some artists have a rough time going up to Rodoso and where they can't breathe because of the oxygen shortage.
Right.
And they're used to performing at sea level, and they go up in the mountains and they're like, it's not happening.
But he trooped it though.
Do what?
He trooped it though.
Yeah, of course. No, they're great. They're performers. I mean, these old timers, they put on a show no matter what. The show must go on.
Yeah.
I've got to tell my quick Mark Chestnut story before we go to the deal. When Mark Chestnut was here, what was that, 13 years ago? 2013? 2013, when he was here.
10 years ago.
This one I had the dragster. And because he was setting up that day, I got some inside stuff. I got to go up there while they were getting set up. I actually helped set up stage. So I put it up there in the drag car, just, try to impress people, and got to palling around with Mark Chestnut. And I didn't realize he was really into cars. So he asked if he could drive it. And the only person that's ever drove that car was me. Since I owned it and turned it into a drag car, the only two people that were ever behind the wheel was me and Mark Chestnut, because I couldn't say no to him.
Yeah.
But he takes it in the parking lot there at the fairgrounds, and it's on street tires. I'm not on my drag tires. And I showed him where the NOS window switch was and everything. And he set that car off on full NOS, which is over 600 horses on street tires, and ended up going around in circles, and he's sideways in the middle of the parking lot and just got shut down right before he went through the fence. And
oh, no.
I almost killed Mark Chestnut. So there you go. There's my big Mark Chestnut story.
Wow. That's what you get for letting a country artist drive your car. Someone said Chris Ledoux was a wild show, too. Seen him 3 times. I'll tell you what, that was one of my favorites. And, of course, super down-to-earth guy, too. He was awesome to meet in person, too. One of the best older artists I've seen is Dwight Yoakam. Still put on a hell of a show, said one of the texters. And someone says, y'all really need to hire a Mexican to help with the show. It would be nice.
It's as good as you're going to get, buddy.
It's what we got. He doesn't eat spicy food.
Right.
Can't handle. I think that there are bell peppers. And I wish I was joking. I think there are bell peppers that are a little too on the spicy side for Tom A.
Yes.
No, for real. Cayenne, he can't handle it. I'm not even joking.
The one lunch I went to with, remember at Lazy Six? They brought him a cherry pepper. Will, the little round cherry pepper on the corn. Yeah.
Oh, I know.
He asked me if I wanted that. Oh, I can't eat that. That's too spicy for me. It's a cherry pepper.
No, I'm not. When I said bell pepper, I wasn't joking, dude.
Well,
the guy is a spice wuss. He is a spice wuss.
Well, you know what happened? Why I'm like that, right, Will?
No.
I was 13. My old man was sitting in the kitchen. My mom had just fixed dinner, and he had a big old hot pepper, right? And he was just eating it out, but the guy was just sweating profusively. And he says, "No, it's time for you to be a man." So he'd take a bite.
Oh, no.
I took a bite of that pepper. Oh, my God. It's the last time I've ever done that.
So ever since, you're just like,
You have to remember that you're talking to the jalapeno eating contest representative for W105 that they did at the deal. Remember?
Yes.
Right. I couldn't hardly work the next day, but I went out and did my best.
Well, it wasn't because of what you ate. It was because you couldn't get up. Never mind.
Right, exactly. I couldn't touch myself. You know what I mean?
877-396-W105. Boob of the day being brought to you by our friends at Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics. 3 medical professionals on staff with almost 70 years experience. They offer functional medicine like natural supplements, stem cell therapy, ozone therapy, and hormone optimization. I can't talk. Desert Functional Medicine believes in treating the root cause of the problem, not just numbing the symptoms. Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics, 3900 North Lovington Highway, Suite 550 in Hobbs. Check them out today and let them do the full weather report on your blood and tell you exactly what's going on, and then let them do a deep dive and figure out what else it may ail you and go to work for you. They do a great job at Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics, proud sponsor of the Boob of the Day.
There's a reason why people smuggle drugs in backpacks, cars, and mules. You can't just go to the post office and give them your address and have them send it to your front door. But a 41-year-old man in Maine named Jeremy Mersell has just got caught after he had $3 million worth of fentanyl shipped to his local restaurant. The workers there got the crate and thought it was a bunch of mugs they ordered. It wasn't mugs, so they called the police about an hour later. Jeremy showed up and asked about the shipment. He was arrested. Jeremy didn't work there. The shipping container had been made to look like it contained motorcycle parts, and Jeremy runs a motorcycle shop in the area, so maybe he was trying to seem like it was just a delivery mistake to cover his tracks. But whatever the plan was, it didn't work. Jeremy is facing major charges, including import of scheduled drugs, aggravated trafficking of scheduled drugs, and a host of other charges. There you go. Another criminal who, with the level of Professor Fate, plans his crime and goes to jail. And Jeremy, you're our boob of the day.
Boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics, 3900 Lovington Highway, Suite 550 in Hobbs. And someone asked if we had seen the shooting there in Roswell on Sunday at the old East Side Little League Park. And I believe that was one of the stories that B had initially yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So we had talked about that briefly. But
we've got a caller on hold. I was going to tell you that, and then check the text line. I happen to know one of your friends and famous performers. Somebody's talking about the most energetic show in New Mexico, Frank Ray. And
oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, Frank Ray is a great performer, of course, out of Las Cruces. So, Frankie Ray does a great job. So let's go and see who's on the phone with us, Russ.
You're on B in the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The way you say brown eyes is ojos cafés.
Ojos café. There you go.
Ojos cafés.
Ojos. Tom, and moreno means dark. Like when you go to be casual and not call people like dark, you call them morenos. So you don't like the black people, like instead of calling them, other words, you call them morenos.
No, you don't call them morenos. You don't call them morenos.
Yes, you do.
I do.
I love when Tom argues about Spanish because he's the expert.
I am.
Right.
Yes, because you don't know how to say brown.
I can just tell by the authenticity of the accent that this man speaks better Spanish than you, so we're going to go with him.
Well, he's got the wrong word for moreno.
The only thing I don't speak are words because I have trouble my words like when I am like English. When I see words, I see them the numbers. I see them different. So I don't do letters. I mean numbers, but I do the words.
Oh, he flicked it.
I know my words.
Thanks, caller.
Tom, what's your excuse, Cataract Boy?
Jiminy Christmas, dude. Why are you always rude to the people on the phone?
It's called pretito. I'm a pretito. My skin color is called pretito.
I think I was right with the word I used a while ago.
What are you saying, Tom?
Pretito. My skin color? Because I'm brown. And it's pretito. You're a pretito.
Okay, you saying it again and again and again doesn't make it right.
Well, it is to me. But that guy was wrong, though. I'm just saying. Look, I was married to a Puerto Rican woman for 20 years.
What does Puerto Rican have?
You don't think I would have picked up some Spanish somewhere here and there?
Chame.
Yeah.
What does a Puerto Rican have to do?
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
That's totally different Spanish.
They know the perfect Spanish.
That's real Spanish. We're talking about, and there's a difference in Spanish and Mexican.
Like an orange, you know what they call an orange? We call an orange here naranja in Spanish. But they called it china. And I asked my ex, I said, why do you call it china? Because the orange originated from China. But they say the word China. True story. That's the way that works. And keki, we say it here in Spanish, keki, which means cake, right?
So it says, Tom, you're a dumbass. Pretito means black.
No, it's not. And it means, keki means cake. But they say
the phone is going crazy.
They say bizcocho, which
oh
means
my
keki.
God, you got to stop. Dude, you're just making stuff up now.
I'm not William Morel.
Bizcocho is a cookie.
Same thing, but they
we got to go. Okay, let's go to
Let's
the
go
phones.
to the phones. Let's go to the phone. You're on Being the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Help us.
Hey, good morning. How y'all doing today?
We're doing good, bud.
Yeah, well, that's Tom right there. Tom, speak to English, okay? Because you're Spanish. Pertito.
Thank you.
Ain't no such thing as pertito. It's almost like saying potato chips. I don't know. It's supposed to be prieto. Prieto.
That's right. Prieto.
Prieto. You understand Spanish now, right?
Right.
Good.
So
now, naranja, orange. It's naranja. Orange. Naranja. Not Chinese. Whatever you said, come on, this is America. If you're going to speak proper English, speak proper English. You're going to speak proper Spanish, speak proper Spanish. Collites cabezón, ¿no entiendes o qué? O te lo explico otra vez, Perico. Man.
There's no way to put never mind. That's all right.
Yeah,
what about brown? What about brown? That was the question earlier.
Brown eyes.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, brown café. It's almost like saying coffee, pero es café. Color café. Specify brown, right? Color café. Color brown, right? If you're going to talk about another individual that's dark complexioned, right? So, okay, you can call him moreno or oscuro color, right? But you don't want to use the N word in American style, or Spanish, you say negro, color negro, right? But if you use the other word, you're in big trouble.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, a clarification on Tom's skin color, okay? That's called frito.
Frito?
Frito.
I'm fried?
Like a frito pie?
Thank you, caller. Thanks for being on Being the Breakfast Club.
All right. 877-396-W105. And we've got good news of the day still to get to. Of course, we've got the text line blowing up. Is also, there's so many. Tommy, you want to take it? Try to see what you can get?
Another texter says, a cake is called pastel, says the texter. Or another one says, or Spanish. And Tom, Puerto Rican Spanish and Mexican Spanish are completely different. I definitely agree on that one. And on this episode of Dumb ASS, says the texter. Mm-hmm. And your color is moreno. I can't believe you're Mexican and don't know the difference, says Martin. I do know the difference. I worked out in the fields, got real brown.
By the way, not to change the subject, but to get us back on the show, did we do the tweet of the day yet, Will?
We did. Yeah, we did it earlier.
Okay. All right. Because I had a story on Jane Pierre, who is being tweeted to death slowly today, but that's another story we'll get to. We still got time.
Well, you're more than welcome to whenever you're ready to. So I've been seeing, she's just been coming out and just lying more and more and more lately.
Well, now she's just being roasted today because the things that are coming out of her mouth don't even make any difference. Catherine Jean Pierre, she's being eviscerated on Twitter right now for declaring that illegal immigration is down 90%.
Whatever.
Since implementation of President Biden's immigration policy. So don't believe what you see. Don't believe the hundreds of thousands born across the board. It's down 90%.
How can she say that with a straight face?
So now think about this. They already said, what was the number we were talking about yesterday, Will? That they figure 1.6 million so far?
Something like that.
Somewhere in that area. So if it's down 90%, and we got 1.6 million, then she's insinuating that we had somewhere in the lines of 110 million a year coming across before. This woman is deranged. Anyway, That was her claim, and she even argued with reporters over it. Well, Chuck Ross tweeted back, said you basically maybe the biggest lie from the White House podium so far this year, and I think it could be one of hers. And,
well, that's saying a lot.
And then Derek Hunter tweeted, says she's so dumb she may believe this. Then again, she's Ron Burgundy with that binder, and it's her teleprompter. So whatever they
Wow.
tell her to say. But that's the official statement from the White House right now, from the Speaker of the White House, that illegal immigration is down 90% since the start of the Biden policy.
She's never been.
Wow.
Yeah. And do people still believe anything that this administration says anymore? Says the texter. I mean, they should come down to our area of the woods and see exactly what is exactly what it's doing to the area and the economy, says the texter.
As long as the media will repeat this stuff and the news media won't say, wait a minute, what? Because half of these reporters just spout the same crap that these different politicians do. And it's because they're all mouthpieces for the same organization,
And
the Democrat Party.
Their lies are so thinly veiled. Mayorkas says the border is closed. John Pierre says it's down 90%. Breaking news from this morning. Biden administration considering sending 1,500 troops to the border ahead of the lifting of Title 42. What is it? Is the border closed? Is it under control and down 90%? Or is it so out of control that we've got to have soldiers and boots on the ground to control the border? Which one of your lies is it? Just pick one and stay with it. It's anyway. Biden. This is breaking news from Fox. Biden administration sending 1,500 troops to the border to help stabilize the area as Title 42 set to expire.
Yeah. And Jethro go ahead.
Everything's under control.
Everything, of course. That's always why we send troops to the border.
Oh. So it's down 90% because they don't call them illegals anymore. Stupid Democrats. That's one of the texters this morning.
And Jethro says Democrat policy is if you repeat a lie long enough, it becomes the truth.
Exactly.
Well, and that's it. And if they can get the sad part is there are gullible people out there who actually believe this stuff. I mean, and the sadder part is there's people in California and New Mexico who believe this stuff. I'm not going to say Arizona because there's a couple more smart people in Arizona, but of course not the ones that are running the elections. But that being said, Texas and Arizona at least have a decent head on their shoulders. New Mexico and California, it's just sad because they believe this stuff, even though they can see it with their own eyes. How can you be liberal and still live in Las Cruces? Right. Oh, I'm serious. Right. I mean, when you can see what's going on right there at the border and that then you're going to support these policies, unbelievable.
You know, even my brother, Will, who is a liberal, but he's turning slowly. When we talked about this when I was over there a couple of weeks ago, and he says, I just cannot believe that Biden is saying what he's saying because he sees the illegal immigrants coming into Midland every day. And he said, I just can't believe he's saying that. I said, wow, your eyes are open, aren't they? And good morning, men. The only truth that the current administration says is that they are pushing socialism. They have a wonderful brethren, says the texter.
Well, they let the quiet part slip out every once in a while, and you'd be surprised how much truth they can talk. What was it that I saw a Twitter account that it was an interview with Obama, and he said, if there was a way that I could work behind the scenes and be in my basement in a pajama and have somebody have an earpiece and I could just tell them what to say, I would totally be down for another term of president. And everybody's like,
ain't gonna happen, right?
Isn't that what we've done with Joe Biden? I mean, isn't that because he's just your puppet, isn't he? This is the third Obama term. The last time I checked. Right. 877-396-W105. Hey, shout out to our buddy Rebecca Long. She has got the perfect Mother's Day gift for you, and you still got time to get it ordered. So, of course, the At Last lighted mirror and grooming tool. 1, 5, and 10 times magnification. And these mirrors, she painstakingly made sure that these mirrors meet the quality and the standards. In fact, the entire mirror, from the mechanical part that flips out the mirrors to the part that flips up whenever you're folding it up from the folding position. Everything is super, super high quality, and she made sure because she wanted to put out a great product. And as we had earlier, when she had a couple of defects, she actually discounted them so crazy because she's so specific on what the product she wants to put out. and these are super, super high quality. From the mirrors to the LED lighting, this LED is not only does it last forever, the battery is fantastic in this thing, but the lights are super, super bright, and so it makes it really nice if you're tired of putting on your makeup or doing any kind of grooming in a dark, dim area. This thing will brighten that area up significantly. So wherever you're at. So take it with you. Of course, it is 4 pounds, and it comes in a nice travel case. The Atlas lighted mirror and grooming tool. You can find out more and check them out online at atlasmakeupmirror.com. Or if you like, you can stop by and see one for yourself there at 226 West Vega in Hobbs, or give Rebecca a call, 575-631-3189. 575-631-3189. The Atlas lighted mirror and grooming tool. Perfect for graduation, too. If you've got a grad that's coming up, then a perfect graduation gift and perfect for Mother's Day. 575-631-3189 or atlasmakeupmirror.com. We've got good news of the day still to come. We've got, let's see, I know we've got local news that we can get to here in a little bit, Russ, and we'll see about maybe getting people qualified one more time. But I know we're probably pretty good on breaks, but we do have to get to local news because I don't think we've had a gym break yet, haven't we?
No,
okay.
And when we get back, I've got a story that is going. This is why I'm a DeSantis guy, okay? But Ron DeSantis signs a bill today allowing death penalty convictions for rape of a child under 12 and many other associated crimes and fentanyl crimes. So now in the state of Florida, you get the death penalty for raping a child. And this is an act by Ron DeSantis. I've got more on that story coming up.
All right. Text line of 877-396-W105. One of the texts says, I knew a Border Patrol officer in El Paso. They buses illegals to big refugee camps outside El Paso. He said 3 buses full of Chinese illegals in one night.
Wow. Wow.
So it's not people from just Central America and South America. Obviously, we've heard of several African immigrants coming across. There's anybody and everybody that can enter through the southern border are doing it. And you don't think that people from other countries with ill intent are coming in?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's the whole thing. And all of these criminals it's like a heyday for them. They're having a good old time, just walking across the border like it's nothing. So, but of course we've got listening to the border czar who hasn't been to the border or anyone else. We don't have any kind of problems with our southern border. We're good. So, to answer the question, Will, because 90% of people living in cruises are illegal. You may have a point. So 877-396-W105. If you want to text in or call in and be a part of the show, feel free. We're going to come right back. We're going to check in with news, of course, being brought to you by our friends at North Star Laundry. Of course, they've got laundry facilities throughout the area, and they've actually been opening up more and more. So make sure and talk to our friends at North Star Laundry. They sorry, my copy just disappeared on me. They're your one-stop shop for all your laundry needs. Of course, North Star offers dry cleaning, pressing, and starching. You can walk in and use their coin laundry, available both regular and oil-field laundry machines, or let them take care of the washing and folding for you. Open 7 days a week for your convenience. North Star Laundry, located in Carlsbad at 609 West Lee and 604 West Church, and now open in Loving, too, at 406 West Cedar. Check them out today. North Star Laundry, proud sponsor of Be in the Breakfast Club. Checking in with Jim's News, coming right back with more on W105.
Hobbs Truck and Trailer presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now. Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money. I want it now.
Call in now to win.
Local news brought to you by M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump Services in Lovington, owned, operated, and serving the community for over 30 years. Call 575-390-4446.
Make M&W Waterwell Drilling and Pump of Lovington your domestic well specialist. Owner-operated with 30-plus years of experience, specializing in complete water systems for new home construction, domestic well drilling, as well as replacement wells and servicing all makes and models of water systems, including variable speed drive and constant water pressure systems. Call M&W Waterwell Drilling and Pump today at 575-390-4446. That's M&W Waterwell Drilling and Pump. Hometown quality you can depend on.
MTD Radio News. I'm Jim Miller. Alexis Avila appeared in court for sentencing for throwing her baby into a Hobbs dumpster in January last year. Avila sentenced to 16 years after that jury found her guilty of child abuse, resulting in great bodily harm and attempted first-degree murder. Judge also ordered her to take a course on parenting skills along with cognitive behavioral therapy while in prison. Avila faced a minimum of 12 years and a maximum of 18. She put her newborn baby in a trash bag, threw the bag in a dumpster. It was all caught on video. According to prosecutors, that was the key to the conviction. The baby found alive by 3 people who were digging through the dumpster. He survived his injuries, now in the care of other relatives. Oil and gas production in New Mexico and the U.S. should end by 2035 to avoid a climate crisis. That according to a lawsuit filed Tuesday by environmental groups against the U.S. Department of the Interior. Santa Fe-based Wild Earth Guardians, along with the Center for Biological Diversity and Friends of the Earth, filed a suit in court in D.C. They're calling on the federal government to begin a rulemaking to phase out oil and gas production on federal public land in the next 12 years. Suit came as the Department of Interior's Bureau of Land Management planned to hold at least 2 more lease sales this year of lands in New Mexico's southeast Permian Basin region auctioned to oil and gas companies. The BLM's May 25th lease sale would see the agency sell 10-year leases to oil companies for 19 parcels on about 3,279 acres in Eddy, Lee, and Chavez counties. Late son of former Carlsbad Mayor Bob Forrest remembered as an inspiration to those with special needs and to the greater Carlsbad community as he was inducted into the Carlsbad Hall of Fame Saturday. Gary Forrest died October 12th last year. In the Hall of Fame, he joins his parents, Bob and Barbara Forrest, who were inducted in 2018. That's what's happening for MTD Radio News. I'm Jim Miller.
There is no excuse for not calling 811 before you start your digging project. The call and service are free, and the process is simple. Mark the area where you plan to dig with white paint or white flags. Available at most home shopping centers or hardware stores. Then call 811 2 business days before you start digging. Utility companies will arrive and mark any utilities in or near your digging area. For more information, visit nm811.org. A friendly reminder sponsored by your community partner, Zia Natural Gas Company.
Attend the Roswell Gun Show May 6th and 7th this weekend at the Roswell Convention Center, 912 North Main Street. See dealers selling the finest in modern guns, antique guns, custom knives, ammo, scopes, Old West collectibles, and much more. Buy, sell, and trade at the Roswell Gun Show May 6th and 7th this weekend at the Roswell Convention Center, 912 North Main Street in Roswell, New Mexico. Gun aficionados, you don't want to miss out on this huge selection of ammo. Over 500,000 rounds of ammo on sale. Winchester ammo, Remington ammo, 9mm Luger ammo, 38 Special. Do not miss out on these major brands of ammo. Buy, sell, and trade at the Roswell Gun Show, May 6th and 7th, this weekend at the Roswell Convention Center, 912 North Main Street in Roswell, New Mexico. Get $1 off admission. Go to azgunradio.com. azgunradio.com. Free parking.
We're recording this Progressive commercial on a real boat to let people know that when you bundle your home, boat, and other vehicles...
What was that, Flo?
Progressive saves you money, Jamie.
Why are we doing this on a boat?
We were going for authenticity.
We're going to the city?
Authenticity.
You mean Atlantic City? But we're not in the Atlantic. Are we?
Bundle your home and other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
This week at Macy's, find great deals on a gift she'll love just in time for Mother's Day. Like fragrance gift sets from her favorite brands like Lancôme, Estée Lauder, Carolina Herrera, and more. Give her a new bag from Coach and Michael Kors, $250 and under. Plus, update your weekday wardrobe with wear-to-work separates, $150 and under. And get contact-free curbside pickup or pickup in store today at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
On Sunday, May 14th at 2 p.m., join the Artesia Arts Council as they proudly present Jessica Fichot. With 3 acclaimed albums under her belt, Jessica Fichot has charmed audiences around the world performing her lively songs at concert halls, festivals, and clubs across the globe. Accompanied by her accordion, toy piano, and fiery band, Jessica will surely dazzle you with her style and flair. For show info and ticket pricing, visit ArtesiaArtsCouncil.com. Paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
B and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Yeah, let's just get this over with.
877-396-W105. Well, just as I come back, I see someone said that the stream died. Now, I'm not sure what stream you're talking about. They said the live stream phone app died. Y'all are gone. Well, you're going to have to tell me a little more than that. What kind of app are you listening to? I will check the stream as soon as I get a second.
Is it
so I
the
apologize.
105 app or one of the sides? Or
Yeah, I'm not. Honestly, I couldn't without being able to.
Do you want a minute and I can do something while you check that?
Yeah, if you got a story to do, I will definitely check it.
Go do that real quick because I wanted to expand, and somebody on the text line had made the comment, Russ, I'm a fan of Ron DeSantis too, also, but he's been making behind-the-scenes things with the Bush family. Well, I can talk about that later. I'm just talking about the things I'm seeing them doing, and I'm going to say right now, I'm not so sure Donald Trump is playing by the Republican rules of not taking swipes at his opposition, but that's where we're kind of going with this. But that doesn't have anything to do with this. This is just good laws coming out of the state of Florida. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill today allowing the death penalty for convictions of rape of a child under the age of 12 years old, defying U.S. Supreme Court precedents. Also, he goes on to say that 2 other bills, besides that measure, child rape is eligible for capital punishment with a minimum sentence of life in prison without parole. So the only 2 charges, if you rape a child under 12, that you can get in Florida now will be the death penalty or life in prison with no parole. There you go. Leave our children alone. The other 2 bills will impose additional penalties on fentanyl and drug-related crimes targeted at children. Their aim is to protect Floridans from Democratic-supported bills reforming liberal justifications. The other things that they're doing and that Ron DeSantis said, he said, the other thing we're doing is making it clear to Florida that we stand to protect our children, period. Very heinous crimes will be prosecuted to the fullest extent in Florida. If they do that once, chances are they're going to do it again unless they're stopped. So no second chances.
No second chance.
In Florida either. No first offense out. So that's the new bill signed in by the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, today. Good job. About time somebody actually did something, took some kind of a stand on to protect our children. And sure enough, it comes out of the state of Florida. And that's one of the reasons why I'm a Ron DeSantis fan, is because those are the things that he is interested in. And then another story that's coming out right now is a question, and we could use these. I think I've got the list of my questions of the day for the next week. But the internet is alive right now with dumb questions. Over 20,000 people took an online poll, and the results come out real quick. Here's some of the questions they asked in the poll. Okay, are you ready?
Yep.
Can you smell air?
No.
You say no. 68% of people say yes. You can sniff in air, but not air itself. So you can't smell the air, but you smell the stuff in the air. So that's the big argument going on online. Tells us we live in a great country when we've got time to waste on stuff like this. Is tea just dirty water?
Is what?
Just dirty water. 18% of people said yes. Tea is just dirty water.
Okay.
And
well, that coffee is really dirty water.
It's really, really dirty water. The other one is Santa having elves ethical. It's assuming that they get room and board, but they actually don't get any natural money. Anyway, that's split right down the middle. So do you think it's ethical that Santa has elves? You know,
I'm thinking child slave labor.
Right.
But the thing about it is what job would they get in the North Pole if they didn't work for Santa? What are they going to do? Be polar bear hunters?
Well, in Rudolph's little friend a dentist? So he always wanted to be a dentist. So
there you go.
Right.
And is a smoothie really just baby food for adults?
Yes.
Only 17% said yes, and I will say yes. And I love my smoothies. That's one of the things I carry in my briefcase. And it's adult baby food. And then the last one, does pizza taste better when it's square or as a circle? You ever ate a square pizza? It tastes better?
That's saying the same, I say.
So anyway,
there's nothing like, and they call it Chicago cut, but there's nothing like a Chicago cut thin crust. I'll take that. I love me some square thin crust pizza. When I used to be able to eat pizza.
See, the only pizza that I like is thin crust. I'm not one of those for the pan pizzas, the hand dough. I want that nice little thin crust that I grew up with. So that's some of the things that we're wasting time on the internet. The best question there to me is cereal soup? Is cereal soup? Think about it.
Cereal soup.
It's cereal soup.
Could you not call the milk the soup base? Is a cream soup
broth,
base?
Yeah.
Cream broth with crispy.
What is that, Tom?
Slurping soup.
Oh, that doesn't sound like slurping. It sounds like something else. I don't think I want to know. 877-396-W105. And thank you to the listeners who immediately let me know the W105 app was working fine. And I did. I double checked it. I think maybe that one listener may have driven out of service area or lost some data for a little bit because, everything's working fine. Hey, if you're out there and about and you're running low on fuel on 128 between Jow and Carlsbad, don't forget to check out Twin Wells Fuel Station. They're 2.75 miles south of 128 on Buck Jackson Road. Twin Wells Fuel Station is open to the public. It's a large, nicely built facility with plenty of cover. They have unleaded green diesel, red diesel, and DEF. Twin Wells Fuel Station accepts all major credit and fleet cards. Don't sweat making it to the next town. Just fill up right there, south of 128 on Buck Jackson Road, halfway between Jow and Carlsbad at the Twin Wells Fuel Station. I've had several friends that said that station saved their butt because they forgot to fill up before they left and got out in the middle of nowhere, and guess what? That was the only one. So go by and check them out. Twin Wells Fuel Station, proud sponsor of Bea and the Breakfast Club. What's going on the text line, Tom? Brought to you by our friends at Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer.
So this text is asking, why would they make a bill that only protects the kid up to 12 years old? Are the 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17-year-olds not minors? That bill's kind of stupid.
Well, for one, no, they're not. There's a difference in a minor and a juvenile. And no, they didn't authorize raping of 13-year-olds. Florida has the toughest crime bills on rape in general. This is an addition to their already very, very stringent criminality bills in Florida to move rape of a child, which the definition of a child is 12 and under, the rape of a child, the freaking death penalty. So, no, they didn't relax any of the other laws on raping a 13-year-old. They
just made that if you're going to rape someone 12 or under, you're going to get death.
Yeah.
Right. Or a life sentence in the pen with zero chances of parole, which I don't even agree with that because I don't want to feed this bastard that would commit a crime like that for the next
I agree with you.
25 years.
Amen. 877-396-W105. Someone says School Square Pizza was the best.
Oh, I remember those. They were good.
You know what I loved in school that they don't have anymore? remember, Will, when we were in school and they had pigs in a blanket and it wasn't a little knot? It was almost, it was almost like a full weenie wrapped in the nice.
Yeah, like
the biscuit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the real pigs in a blanket. Man, I would leave my lunch on the desk and say I didn't bring it just so I could get the pigs in the blanket.
And now the best ones are the ones that, those cheddar stuffed dogs. You get those and you wrap that in like a biscuit. That's the best of the. Basically, it's like they call them kolaches at some places, but that's too much bread for me. I like but if I'm gonna do it, then you got to have the biscuit just crispy enough. So, but that's something. Man, you guys keep talking about stuff I can't eat anymore. Now you're making me crave all this bread that I can't have.
I'm hungry now, and I wasn't even hungry when we started.
No, exactly. Thanks for that. 877-396-W105. Hey, our buddies at Main Trailer Sales remind you, don't go camping without them. They're serving all of Southeast New Mexico with a large inventory. They have new and pre-owned RVs. Keystone, Cougar, just to name a few. Of course, fifth wheels, toy haulers, ultralight trailers. If you're working in the patch and living in a hotel, don't make that per diem just go to waste paying for that hotel. Actually, take it and use it because they're going to give you the per diem anyway, right? Take it and use it to put towards an RV so that by the time you're done with that position, you've actually got a paid-off RV. Main Trailer Sales, serving New Mexico for 65 years. Visit their website. You can take the virtual tour, maintrailersalesinc.com. Or call 575-622-1751, 575-622-1751. Their customer service is guaranteed. Main Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without them. Of course, coming up on camping season, going to be a lot of fun up in the mountains and anywhere else you may go to get away with the family. So make sure you hit up Main Trailer Sales for your RV and camping supplies. They definitely get you hooked up. 877-396-W105. Almost to the out of time for the show. We're coming up on good news of the day. What else is going on in the text line, Tommy?
Rocket says, child molesters should be executed point blank with a 12-gauge magnum right to the face. Says Rocket. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you.
Okay, I have a quick news story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are the kids in school?
Yeah,
the kids are in school. I had to go to a special feed to find this audio. Here, I'll play this audio. Did you hear that? This is a news story. A woman is either very into classical music or there's something else going on. The LA Philharmonic performed on Friday, and someone posted audio after a woman in the crowd supposedly had a big O. A big O. She had a big O quite loudly right in the middle of the show. Happened just as the music got soft, so everyone in the audience heard it. I'm going to play it again, see if we can hear it. Hold on. Don't want to miss her moment.
There's no part of that sounds hot. That just sounds disturbing. It sounded like she tweaked her back. She's like,
like she stepped on something or something. Anyway, they were performing Chbosky's, and I know I just mispronounced his name. Anyway, the Fifth Symphony. Someone else who was in the theater told the LA Times the woman's boyfriend was probably responsible because the theater was dark. They were in the balcony. He was sitting right beside her, and she was breathing heavily, and he had a big smile on his face. So I don't know. We could, could have been one of them remote control things that are so popular now. But
oh, gee, thanks. There again, I needed more visualization we already had.
If you're going to do it, though, you need to do it right. More like this.
I'll have what she's having.
Oh, anyway, never mind. That was the wrong line. That wasn't what I was wanting. But
you're talking about when Harry met Sally?
Yeah, I was gonna play that cut, and I hit the wrong one. But anyway,
877-396-W105. Someone said, "What now?" So a little school in Hatch Valley at early in the 70s made green chili enchiladas from scratch.
Ooh.
Now that would have been something that I would actually have gone to school lunch for sure.
Did you know when I was doing football, we actually went to Hatch Valley to do a ball game, and they had to promote their football Booster, there's like 40 of these tailgate spaces, and every Friday night you go there, and people will cook Hatch chili and then sell it, and that's how they make their money. I thought that was pretty cool.
Wow, Tom, you telling me that the people in Hatch sell green chili to make money?
Yeah.
Wow, I had no idea.
Damn, let me write that down. I didn't.
I've got to
know that.
Is that where all the good green chili comes from?
Well,
is that why
it is,
it always says Hatch green chili on it?
But they have these spaces all around the football field.
I would have never known.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that the boosters are making making good on the Hatch name, huh?
The Booster Club will sell these spaces every Friday night. I think like $100 a piece or something.
I don't know if this is a good story of the day or this is just the funniest news headline I've ever read.
Okay.
Will, you know that the art little culture that's going on right now, where they can put anything on the wall and call it art, get hundreds of thousands of dollars for it.
Like Hunter Biden put pictures? Yeah.
Right. There's an art piece in a museum in South Korea, which is a banana duct taped to the wall. Okay. That's it. An Italian artist named Muzio Caten was created multiple versions of it, which has sold for as much as $120,000 in 2019. It's a banana duct taped to the wall. That's the art. Well,
a banana duct tape to the wall.
That's it. That's the piece of art.
Well, I would pay good money to get in and see that art.
Last week, an art student at the museum walked across the ropes, removed the banana from the wall, and ate it, and then taped the peel back to the wall.
I probably just would have walked up and just squished it. Just go.
The museum says the student told them he ate the banana because he was hungry.
Well, he didn't want it to go to waste. I mean, I'm guessing it was still good. It wasn't overripe. So
the museum, now here's how Vail, this is art. The artist wasn't there. So the museum replaced the peel with a fresh banana and notified the artist, took a picture of it and sent it to him for his reaction. He replied to them that it was some of the best work he'd ever done. This is
that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And the sad part is it's supposed to be a joke.
Yes, he says in the artwork, he says it's called The Comedian, and it's meant to be a satirical piece.
Oh, okay, well, good.
So he wasn't even upset about the
art.
art
So it is meant to be a joke.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad that somebody's got a sense of humor. So someone said that lady in the orchestra sounded like she stepped on a Lego. It really did. And so, Toby says, I'm from Hatch, and that's not what the tailgaters do. They're not selling green chili during the football games, you idiot.
No, I didn't say they were selling green chili. I said they were selling green chili food. Whatever you make green chili with, that's what they do. Burgers.
Oh, really?
Whatever.
Like, what do you make? What do you put in green chili on, Tom?
What, burgers? That's famous for that, right?
There is a place in town.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say the name, even though they promised me that later in the season they're going to be coming on as a sponsor. But when they do, we'll start. But they serve the best green chili hamburger you've ever had. They call it a poncho. And I'll guarantee you, I bet you can't take it. It's just green chilies is all it is, but I bet you can't take it. And then they make another version of that. It's called the Rose Burger. And in between the two hamburger patties, they have a jalapeno popper. So there's a jalapeno and green chilies in there. I guarantee you, I bet it'd make you sweat.
I bet it would.
Well, and Jeremy asked, so Tom has never enjoyed a good old green chili cheeseburger? No.
Well, I'll tell you what, when we're in Ruidoso, Bob Woolley, former state representative, said anytime I go down there, we're going to go to San Antonio and get a green chili cheeseburger. Of course, San Antonio's a little bitty town up the road from there. But, hey, Bob, I'm in Lovington now, buddy. They tell me you want to come over. Just, I know some green chili burgers.
Dude, you don't eat green chili.
Right.
I ought to bring you a poncho. Take one bite, you'd be sold. It's worth all the time.
Bob eats chili burgers. I mean, green chili burger.
And Rocket said the poncho's awesome. So, hey, if you're wanting an affordable, quiet place to park your RV while you're working in and around the Carlsbad area, check out WWRV. There are 3 RV parks with one goal: to be a quiet place for their working tenants. 162 RV sites. They've got 30 and 50 amp available. All utilities included in the price, including premier wired internet at each site for your local, for your gaming and movie streaming. So WWRV is pet friendly, well lit, with plenty of street lights. You can get pricing and contact information by visiting their website at WWRVX3. That's WWRVX3.com, or call 575-988-0392. 575-988-0392. WWRV, sponsor of Be in the Breakfast Club. Please, when you give them a call, make sure that you tell them that you heard it on Be in the Breakfast Club. 877-396-W105. Good news of the day coming up next. Real quick on the text line. Let's wrap things up, Tom.
Gretchen says, when we lived in Lolo, Montana, my boys' school lunches were made by the mom's grandma in the area and cooked favorite family recipes. I mean, they were handmade, and all the kids, boy, they just loved it. Boy, what a rude awakening when they moved to New Mexico public schools. They physically cried.
Yeah. I mean, what a letdown.
And small towns can be very great, says the texter. Yep. Chip says, bet I make the best burger y'all ever eat, says Chip. Bring it on down. We'll judge it for ourselves, brother. And Tom has never enjoyed a good old green chili cheeseburger. I don't get into that stuff.
Mm-hmm. So, but Bill from Lovington says, Bob Woolley's my cousin and Tom ain't lying.
Yeah, we have a great relationship, me and Bob. I haven't seen him in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So,
great relationship.
Yep,
I'm surprised you remember his name.
Well,
his name's not Larry Reeder.
No, it ain't.
Now, was Bob the one, him and his son, started the company where they were doing all the trash hauling off and helping? I mean, great
they're
little business going on.
Recycling business.
Yep, the recycling business. Bob's ahead of that and doing a great job.
Can't wait to see you, buddy.
877-396-W105. Let's do our good news of the day, being brought to you by our buddy Rustin Hayes, Herschel Rustin Hayes, Farmers Insurance Agent, right there at 1109 West Avenue D in Lovington, right kind of near Bob's Thriftway on Avenue D. Give him a call today, 575-396-0513. 575-396-0513. Of course, they take care of auto, home, life, commercial. They'll bundle your packages for you and get you the best coverage they possibly can. Farmers Insurance Agent Herschel Rustin Hayes, proud sponsor of the Good News of the Day.
Special needs children, several of them in North Carolina, got to go to the prom on Saturday. A parent said on Facebook that she didn't like seeing them out. Then random people in the community started donating to pay for their outfits, dinner, and rent a limo. Parents who complained said, after all, it turned out to be a great dance for the kids. I don't know who that parent is. Random. Good news story number 2. A teacher in San Diego posted a video. 2 former students got engaged. They hit it off after he set them next to each other in class, and now he's officiating their wedding. It's a great thing. He played Cupid, and even had a roommate who's totally different, but you got along anyway. Animal researchers posted some shots after wildlife camera caught 3 animals living together in the same den: a warthog, a hyena, and a porcupine, which are all natural enemies of each other. And last but not least, Fitness Planet is giving teenagers free memberships this summer. Teens 19 under can sign up and work out for free for fitness May the 15th through the 31st. So there's your plug, and that's one of your good news stories of the day.
Travis from Roswell, I'm going to take you up on that. He says, Will, next time you come through Roswell, let me know. I'll have my wife make you one of her 0-carb hamburgers. They are just awesome. Dude, I'm down. I'm all about that. That is awesome. Thank you very much, Travis. I appreciate it.
It be a little bitty burger, right, Russ? I mean, right, Will?
No, it could just be meat. So the problem is, I mean, granted, I don't eat a whole lot either, but I can have it as long as there's not a lot of bread. So all the food that he eats, he can't eat spicy food. WTF, said one of the texters. Look, I'm telling you, he is the most non-Mexican Mexican I've ever met.
See, you would like something else from that same place that I'm talking about, Will, and it's called a Dr. Smith, and it's hamburger patties with all of your hamburger stuff, but they serve it in a tray with a fork, and it doesn't have any bread. It's just the meat and the vegetables, and yeah, they call that a Dr. Smith. I bet that's right up your alley, isn't it?
Yeah, it probably is. It sounds like it. 877-396-W105. So the question of the day, our buddy Daniel the Deal Man from Lubbock, he had texted in on Facebook and said that his friend's dad was a cop, and he told them both that the stop signs with the white around the edges were optional at night. Oh. That was the most gullible thing he'd ever believed. And so it was a cop that told him that too. It said the stop signs with white around the edges are optional at night. Of course, that's not true. Just in case you're a Tom A out there, don't believe that. that was a joke for somebody. So 877-396-W105. There's people out there, you say stuff like that, and they're like, really? I didn't know that. And they'll just blow through the stop sign. Right. Look at Tom A. He just hits the dumpsters. He never slows down for him. He just blows right past him.
I can't believe that camera caught me going real speeding. There's no way that.
Dude, you were hauling butt.
No.
The car that hit it head on wasn't going as fast as you were. Good thing for them though, because that would have really hurt them bad.
Right.
So I think they were probably okay, but it didn't. Their car not so much, but they were okay. So hey, I want to give a shout out to our buddy Enrique Rocha. Of course, knowledge, integrity, trustworthiness, just some of the things that make Rocha's Air Conditioning and Heating the choice for your next HVAC job. Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating, 15 plus years in the business. They train their techs with all the requirements and standards of all the major ductless companies, servicing residential, commercial, and don't forget the industrial units for the patch. They've got those ready for you. Did a great job for us out at our site, which we have to have multiple big units to be able to handle our big 100,000-watt transmitters that put off a lot of heat on their own. So, when summer's coming, those things really put off some heat, and we have to have the extra air conditioning out there. And Enrique does a fantastic job making sure that everything out there is running in tip-top shape. When we did need a brand new Bard unit, he got us one at a great price, and he will do the same for you. Let him go to work for you. They have an office number at 391-3938. You can check them out on Facebook at Rocha's Air Conditioning and Heating. But 575-391-3938 is the office number. Or, of course, you can call Enrique on his cell. 631-1999 is his number direct. But give them a call today. Of course, they do a fantastic job for us here at MTD Radio. Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating, proud sponsor of B and the Breakfast Club. So we got one more sponsor to get to, and then we're going to get out of here. But so someone wanted to know about the Poncho Burger. Are you talking about a Lovington business, Russ?
Yes, they know where I'm talking about. They know where I'm talking about.
Some do, some don't.
We'll tell them coming up in a couple of weeks. That is going to be a new sponsor on the Ride with Russ. So give me a couple of weeks. And
once they are, we'll definitely do that. Exactly. 877-396-W105. You want to be a part of the show. We're going to, of course, got Tradio coming up here in just a little bit. But want to give one more final shout out to one of our brand new sponsors, our buddies at Seminole Siding. Of course, they're a trusted name in Southeast New Mexico and have been providing exceptional construction and siding services. They just did my home here in Hobbs, and man, it looks fantastic. Doesn't even look like the same home on the outside. My neighbors were thrilled. You were asking when's the last time you talked to your neighbors. Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't talk to them for a while, but then they saw my house and they thought, okay, I'll talk to them.
That's the bomb.
No, I'm kidding. No, it looks like a completely different house, and so made the whole neighborhood look better, which is a good thing because it was pretty busted before. So, but they did like I said, totally different house. They've got years of experience. Of course, they do residential stuff for sure, but they specialize in commercial metal buildings and industrial metal buildings. They do shingle and metal roofs. They do the siding. They did a fantastic job on all the soffit and the fascia that goes around the house, all of the trim looks, I mean, perfect. Everything from the siding. The siding is super durable, too. It's going to last for years. They do doors and windows as well. And don't forget their seamless gutters. They do all of that and more. Talk to them today. Seminole Siding and Construction. Their office is in Hobbs. You can go by and check them out. They're at 203 West White Street in Hobbs. But give them a call, 575-391-1430, 575-391-1430. Seminole Siding and Construction, brand new sponsor to be in the Breakfast Club. We appreciate them for all they do and a fantastic job that they did on my house. They did a super, super awesome job. 575-391-1430, proud sponsor of B and the Breakfast Club. 15 minutes after 9 o'clock. Let's wrap it up real quick, and we'll come back and we'll get headed for Tradio.
You know what, Tom? Hey, my wife will make you some green chili enchiladas. That's okay. I just regular enchiladas. It'll be all right.
Dude, when I say he can't handle it, I'm not even joking.
No,
I mean, there was some
you'll kill this man.
paprika on a chicken. Somebody made some chicken with paprika, and the dude, I mean, he freaked out. And I was like, are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Paprika.
Yeah.
I flash back when I was 13.
Your throat closes up. You can't eat anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever. He's just a wuss. 877-396-W105. All right, guys. Thanks for everything. We will be back tomorrow. B will be joining us again in the morning for a little bit. He's been making it about an hour in the morning, so before he gets worn out. But we will talk to him again, and then, of course, talk to you as well on a Wednesday. So make sure and join us then. Until then, Tradio coming up next right here on B and the Breakfast Club on W105.
Fox News, I'm CJ Pop. A pair of sources telling Fox House Speaker Kevin McCarthy spoke with President Biden and agreed to meet May 9th on debt ceiling talks to avoid a potential default. The Biden